We broadcast from our studios at 14 Ocean Boulevard in the Digicel Center, downtown Kingston, Jamaica. Transmitting on the FM 90 band, 90.3 from Peters Rock in St. Andrew and Murphy Hill in St. Anne. Serving Kingston and St. Andrew, St. Catherine, St. Anne, parts of Clarendon, St. Mary and St. Thomas. 90.5 from Huntley in Manchester, transmitting to St. Elizabeth, Westmoreland, Manchester, Clarendon, rural St. Andrew and parts of St. Thomas. And 90.7 from Cooper's Hill in St. Andrew and Flower Hill in St. James. Serving Westmoreland, Hanover, St. James, sections of Trelawney, Kingston, St. Catherine, Clarendon, St. Mary, Portland and St. Anne. Nationwide 90 FM also broadcasts on YouTube at Nationwide 90 FM Live 2, RevoNews.ai and on Flow on channel 916. Nationwide 90 FM, a new revolution in media.
Put your money in motion. Drive VMW, VM Wealth Management. Transform your everyday.
The time by VM Wealth Management is
6 o'clock.
From the studios of Nationwide Radio, morning radio the right way. It's Nationwide This Morning.
Good morning, I'm Tawna Thomas. Coming up in the news at 6 for this morning, Tuesday, October 28, 2025. Winds and heavy rain associated with Hurricane Melissa strengthen across the island ahead of landfall. Melissa kills 3, injures more than a dozen Jamaicans ahead of landfall. JPS says it has restored power to more than 30,000 customers who lost electricity on Monday. In regional news, Venezuela suspends Trinidad and Tobago gas accord over U.S. warship visit. In international news, U.S. and Japan ink rare earths and nuclear power deals ahead of Trump-Xi meeting. In sports, John Campbell named captain of the Jamaica Scorpions for the upcoming CG United Super 50 Cup. And in business, NCB announces Hurricane Melissa impact. Its debit cards will only be accepted at NCB ABMs and point-of-sale terminals. The details after the break.
Upgrade your home or business with Cameron Industries and Joinery Limited. Explore a range of termite-resistant plywood, quartz, solid surface, and granite. Experience timeless elegance with our cedar doors, crafted from premium cedar stock, kiln-dried for durability and beauty. For quality and craftsmanship, visit us at the Trade Center Kingston 10 or Hatfield Mandeville. Call 876-963-0628-30. Cameron Industries and Joinery Limited. Transform your space today.
Catch the first news of the day. A comprehensive package of local, international, sports, and business news. The news at 6 on Nationwide 90 FM.
Now to the details. Heavy winds and rain associated with Hurricane Melissa are being experienced across the island as the storm bears down on the island. The Category 5 hurricane continues its trajectory towards the island ahead of landfall. At 4 a.m., the center of Hurricane Melissa was located 115 miles west-southwest of Kingston, or 75 miles south of Negril Point. The storm is moving toward the north-northeast near 5 miles per hour, with a turn toward the northeast and an increase in forward speed expected later today. The Met Service says that this will be followed by a faster northeastward motion on Wednesday and Thursday. On the forecast track, the core of Melissa is expected to move over Jamaica today, across southeastern Cuba Wednesday morning, and across the southeastern or central Bahamas later on Wednesday. Now, 3 Jamaicans have died while preparing for the impact of Hurricane Melissa. Health Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton shared the news on Monday.
Very sad to announce that even though the storm has not yet hit, we've had 3 deaths related to the to the preparation of the storm. One in Hanover, one in St. Catherine, and the other in St. Elizabeth. And these are due to persons preparing for the storm, unfortunately. Cutting down of trees in particular. In one case, a tree fell on one of the individuals in St. Elizabeth. He was airlifted, and it's a health worker. He was airlifted to the University Hospital and succumbed to his injuries. Another case in Hanover, the same thing. And another case in St. Catherine. In one of the cases, there was an electrocution, as is reported to me, linked to the cutting down of trees.
Dr. Tufton was speaking during a hurricane briefing at the National Emergency Operations Center. The minister says 13 people were also injured as they prepared for the dangerous Category 5 system. Dr. Tufton extended condolences to the families.
I just want to use the opportunity to urge Jamaicans, firstly, to express condolences to the family members who have lost loved ones, and the health system will provide support as necessary to those individuals. But to also urge Jamaicans, we understand the need to prepare, but we urge extreme caution in that preparation. If you need help, call for help, but be careful that you protect yourself even in the preparation, because already we're seeing the tragedy of lives lost.
Dr. Christopher Tufton, Minister of Health and Wellness. Meanwhile, the Health Ministry has evacuated some patients at certain hospitals ahead of the passage of Hurricane Melissa. Dr. Tufton identified 3 coastal facilities where services have been relocated due to concerns about potential storm surge.
We are concerned about a few hospitals that are on the coastline. So Noel Holmes in Hanover, Black River in particular, in St. Elizabeth because of where the storm will enter the country, and Falmouth, Trelawney. We have evacuation plans for those institutions. So today we started some evacuation efforts out of Black River. Fortunately, we just completed a 12-foot seawall on the coastline between the hospital and the sea. And that is in place, which will provide a buffer and some protection. But based on projections of 13 or more foot waves, we do anticipate a breach of that. So we have moved some of the services out of the hospital further inland and have relocated patients from the ground floor to the second floor.
The health minister says all preparations for the Category 5 hurricane are in place.
Other institutions have evacuation arrangements and will exercise that as the case may be. Each of those institutions, of course, have generator backup power that will take them hopefully through the period that may be downtime until power is restored. The staffing for the surge capacity are in place. Rosters are in place. Doctors, nurses, biomedical engineers, drivers, and porters, all of those are in place to deal with the possibility.
Dr. Christopher Tufton, Minister of Health. The Jamaica Defence Force, JDF, has called out the Jamaica National Reserve in response to the threat posed by Hurricane Melissa. The move forms part of the JDF's wider operational response plan to support the national disaster preparedness and humanitarian assistance efforts in the aftermath of the hurricane. Reserve personnel are being mobilized to assist in relief operations and search and rescue. They will also be part of logistics support and the security of high-risk areas in coordination with the Office of Disaster Preparedness and Emergency Management and other government agencies. The JDF says the troops have already been pre-positioned in some of the areas expected to be hardest hit. The JDF is urging members of the public to remain calm, stay informed through official updates, and cooperate with authorities as emergency teams are deployed across the island. Now, the Jamaica Public Service Company, JPS, says it has restored electricity to more than 30,000 customers who lost power due to the adverse weather associated with Hurricane Melissa. JPS reported on Monday that just over 52,000, or about 7.5% of its 700,000 customers, had been impacted by outages in the previous 24-hour period. The Light and Power Company says while work continues to connect the remaining customers, restoration in some cases is being hampered by access challenges caused by difficult terrain and heavy rains. President and CEO Hugh Grant has cautioned that with weather conditions worsening, at some point the company will no longer be able to respond to individual customer reports. He says JPS will not compromise the safety of its team. However, it will continue to respond to outages as long as it's safe to do so. Mr. Grant is also urging Jamaicans to stay away from power lines. Meanwhile, JPS says it's looking at a potential rebuild rather than restoration of its network in the aftermath of Hurricane Melissa. President Grant issued the warning.
A Category 4 hurricane potentially going through the middle of our island could have unprecedented damage on our facilities. Here at JPS, it's likely to be a rebuild and not just a restoration. As we stand now, we're also looking at further preparations to potentially bring in additional resources and barge or fly equipment in, such as bucket trucks, crane trucks, and other equipment that may be required if there is extensive damage on our grid to facilitate safe and timely response.
Mr. Grant says additional workers and equipment have been secured from off-island to boost the company's response once the all clear has been given.
One of the significant changes that we made is that we have retainer contracts with overseas line workers to have boots on the ground prior to the storm. We have executed on that, and I'm pleased to say right now we have 71 line workers, more than 30% of our workforce have been augmented with boots on the ground that stand ready to safely respond to the hurricane once it's safe to do so. The other thing that we did is, through shared practices, we have had an incident command structure whereby we have daily check-ins with each other to understand what are the critical facilities in our various spaces and how we prioritize the restoration of those facilities so as a block we can provide the essential services that you're all depending on.
Hugh Grant, President and CEO of the Jamaica Public Service Company. Some fisher folk operating along Port Henderson Road, commonly known as Back Road in Portmore, St. Catherine, say they plan to remain at their shops during the passage of Hurricane Melissa. They argue that all their equipment cannot be housed in shelters. Some of them spoke with our news center on Monday evening.
Well, look at you over start life or try back life. I'm not gonna make people just take it away like this, just do.
Yeah, but the hurricane not come.
Yeah, but then again, mommy, you know, you're the thing about hurricane, you still have to try. If people there, they can't stop that, you know.
I'm not leaving. Greatest thing.
Oh, yeah, it's a lifesaver, you know. Can't go nowhere, you know. But then I watch over one another, you know.
What is it that you are trying to save?
Everything I have, because the government is going to give me back something, and I give them more than 20,000. That's just be a TV. That's just a TV, my youth. And I can't carry my TV go to shelter with me. I can't carry nothing more of my clothes with me go for shelter. So where me I go?
Fisher folk in Portmore, St. Catherine. Meanwhile, Mayor of Portmore, Leon Thomas, is urging fisher folk to leave coastal communities immediately, warning that conditions could quickly become life-threatening as the storm intensifies.
I would really want to say to the fisher folk, especially on the Elsha Beach and Port Henderson Road, and also around the Dyke Road, please evacuate now. It is very important that you leave now. Because when you wait until that moment, then we cannot assist you. And life is very much important to all of us. We don't want to lose no one during Melissa. So I'm appealing to you, fisher folks, move now. And people also in various communities where we have low-lying areas, please move now. That is my word to them. I am begging you, let us save life.
Leon Thomas, Mayor of Portmore. And Mayor of Kingston, Andrew Swaby, is seeking to remind citizens that all emergency shelters remain open to the public free of cost. He made the clarification following reports that Jamaicans are being charged to enter the facilities.
The Kingston and St. Andrew Municipal Corporation is aware of the false information circulated in the public domain alleging that individuals are being charged for admission into emergency shelters in preparation for Hurricane Melissa. The KCMC categorically denies these claims. All emergency shelters operated by the KCMC are free of cost and open to all members of the public who may be affected by the impending weather system. I strongly condemn these misinformation. They are reckless and irresponsible, especially at a time when accurate information can make difference between safety and harm.
A mandatory evacuation order has been in effect for several low-lying and flood-prone areas in light of the pending impact of Hurricane Melissa. The communities include Port Royal in Kingston, Portland Cottage, Clarendon, Old Harbour Bay in St. Catherine, and Riverton City and New Haven in St. Andrew. The homeless population are also being urged to seek shelter immediately. Just over 1,000 residents have already sought refuge at shelters across the country. Mayor Swaby says his team will continue evacuation coordination across the corporate area.
The KCMC continues to coordinate the evacuation of vulnerable individuals across at-risk areas while ensuring that shelters are adequately staffed and equipped.
Andrew Swaby, Mayor of Kingston. Now, at least one resident in St. Elizabeth is reporting that her roof was blown off during strong winds associated with Hurricane Melissa. The resident, Maisie Hanson, lives in the community of Neave Mountain in the east. That's the southeast end of the parish.
You see from the board drop on the car and mash out the windscreen.
The car mash up too?
Yeah, rush out the windscreen.
Oh, Lord. So the roof drop on the car, mash up the windscreen and the bonnet?
On the bonnet.
So what is it looking like? Do you have any help to put the roof back on or to cover the house? What's happening?
No, wouldn't get no help. No, maybe after the rain.
Yes.
I don't know if you can even put back on if you go buy it, maybe like board or something.
Ms. Hanson says her valuables to include several appliances and her refrigerator got wet.
It is a rent house, you know.
Yes. So the landlord know?
Yeah, they know.
Okay. So really them are going to deal with the repairs, it's not you?
No, then we just go buy but stuff. Like to put back on it?
Yes.
But the car is my son's car.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So the things in the house now, Mason, your things that you buy, are you in the house furnished?
Mine things.
So what in the house? Wait up.
I work little type of furniture now away from, we don't have no setting.
Right. You have appliances?
Yeah, there components set up there. The TV.
You have a fridge?
I'm a fridge.
Oh, everything went up then.
Maisie Hanson, a resident in Neave Mountain, St. Elizabeth, speaking with Nationwide News. Hurricane Melissa is projected to make landfall Tuesday morning in western St. Elizabeth or eastern Westmoreland. Commissioner of the Jamaica Fire Brigade, Stuart Beckford, is cautioning citizens to be extra careful when preparing meals during the passage of Hurricane Melissa. Commissioner Beckford says stoves should not be left unattended.
We know that the kids are going to be home maybe for the rest of this week based on the projection of this weather system. And we know that once the kids are home, cooking is going to be taking place. Now, we have seen too many instances of cooking left unattended, which results in fire. Here again, we're asking persons, if you have to cook, which, I'm sure you're going to do, make sure that you do not leave the stove unattended. I have gone to homes and see where stoves are located sometimes near windows, and those windows are draped with window curtains. Again, if you have your stove near to a window with window curtain, make sure that these curtains are properly secured and so that they are not tall enough to come in contact with the naked flame on your stove.
Commissioner Beckford also encouraged citizens to reduce the excess amount of pressure placed on circuits.
Persons may be rushing now to charge up all their devices in preparation for or in anticipation of the power going. We're asking persons, if you do this or if you have to do this, don't overload your circuit. What do I mean by that? Don't plug too many devices into any one extension outlet. Make sure that you monitor that aspect of the charging of your devices. When you are charging your devices, please to put them on a hard surface. Don't leave your tablet or your laptop charging in your bed or your cell phone. And don't go to bed charging your phone. We ask that you unplug all of these devices before you go to bed.
Stuart Beckford, Commissioner of the Jamaica Fire Brigade. And that's it for the local segment of the news. Up next, regional and international.
You're listening to Nationwide 90 FM. The time is
6:19.
Decorate like a designer with BH Paints. The temperature brought to you by BH Paints is
26 degrees Celsius in capital city Kingston and out west in Montego Bay, 25 degrees Celsius.
Already have a T-Tag for your vehicle? Just top it up and go through. Now you can see funds in your T-Tag account almost immediately after topping up. So if you're already on your journey, you can safely pull off the road and top up using the My T-Tag app or WhatsApp, or ask your passenger to do it for you. And within 5 to 10 minutes, you can enjoy the lower toll rates and other benefits of the T-Tag lane. Even if you forget to top up before you started your trip, top up your T-Tag and continue to go through quicker and cheaper on Transjam highways.
In regional and international news this morning, regional news, Venezuela has suspended a major gas deal with neighboring Trinidad and Tobago, citing the island nation's hosting of a United States warship. President Nicolas Maduro made the announcement during his weekly television show on a state broadcaster Monday night. The deal to supply TNT with natural gas was signed 10 years ago. Maduro says the cancellation is in response to what he described as Trinidad transforming into an aircraft carrier of the American empire against Venezuela. On Sunday, the USS Gravely, a destroyer fitted with guided missiles, arrived in Port of Spain to conduct joint military exercises. Venezuelan authorities described the move as a provocation intended to facilitate regime change. Meanwhile, according to the Associated Press, TNT Prime Minister Kamla Prasad-Bissessar says her country's future does not depend on Venezuela. International, Japan and the United States have agreed to partner on new generation nuclear power reactors and rare earth minerals. Japanese Prime Minister and the U.S. President signed the framework agreement on Tuesday. Analysts say it's Tokyo's way of seeking a return to export markets for its nuclear technology, as both look to reduce China's dominance over key electronic components. China processes more than 90% of the world's rare earths. The Japan-U.S. agreement follows Beijing's recent expansion of export curbs. It comes ahead of a meeting between President Trump and Chinese President Xi Jinping on Thursday. The meeting, set for the sidelines of the Asia-Pacific Economic Cooperation in South Korea, is to discuss a deal that would pause steeper U.S. tariffs and Chinese rare earths export controls. Also in international news at this hour, a man accused of killing former Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe has pleaded guilty on the first day of his trial. According to Japanese media, Tetsuya Yamagami told a court in capital Tokyo that the allegations are all true. Yamagami is alleged to have used a homemade gun to shoot Abe during a political campaign event in the western city of Nara in 2022. Abe was struck several times and died in hospital later the same day. Yamagami is reported to have told investigators he targeted Abe because he blamed the 67-year-old for allegedly promoting a church which he said had bankrupted his mother and the wider family. And that's it for regional and international. Up next, sports.
Tune in to Nationwide 90 FM, the new revolution in media. Stay ahead of the curve with our cutting-edge reporting and accurate breaking news coverage.
We are having an earthquake. Oh, God.
Hear it here first on Nationwide 90 FM. Tune in, turn up the volume, and listen. We bring a mix of news, entertainment, and sports to your lives.
Nationwide 90 FM's live and continuous coverage of the World Championships in Budapest, Hungary.
News and discussions week mornings.
Coming up in the news at 6 for this morning.
Entertainment in the afternoons, then news again in the evenings.
Nationwide news at this hour, fired.
Also, tune into the entertainment and sports shows in the nights and on the weekends.
It is Boy Things After Dark right here on Nationwide 90 FM.
Everything is news, from current affairs and entertainment to sports, business, and other categories.
Nationwide 90 FM. This is Beanie Man. Give it to them. Zaga, Zen.
From every whisper to every commotion.
That's rubbish. The KSAMC cannot investigate itself.
Every news story unfolds here first at Nationwide 90 FM, the new revolution in media. Every sound is a story, and every story we share is news.
Time now for your morning sports. Jamaica Scorpions will have a new captain for the upcoming CJ United Super 50 Cup, which is set to bowl off on November 19. John Campbell, who captained the team last year, has been granted leave by the local authorities to focus on the West Indies Test Tour of New Zealand, which starts on December 2. This paves the way for a fresh leadership era, with the team's new captain to be confirmed in the coming days. A meeting was held, and it's understood the name Brad Barnes was recommended to be the new leader and has been sent to the board for ratification. Young batsman Kurt McKenzie and experienced all-rounder Pete Salmon were also strongly considered. Meanwhile, a 14-man squad featuring a core of experienced players, including former West Indies vice-captain Jermaine Blackwood, was also named for the tournament. The full 14-member squad is Jermaine Blackwood, Marquino Mindley, Pete Salmon, Kurt McKenzie, Jordan Johnson, Abijay Mansingh, Carlos Brown, Javel Glenn, Romain Morris, Brad Barnes, O'Jay Shields, Javor Royal, Tamara Redwood, and Kari Campbell. The Scorpions will be aiming to start their campaign strongly when the Super 50 Cup bowls off next month across 3 venues in the Twin Island Republic. Finally, in your morning sports, Formula One superstar Lewis Hamilton has been named the world's most marketable athlete for a second time after topping Sports Pro's 16th annual list of the world's 50 most marketable athletes. The 7-time world champion races back to the top of the rankings, having last featured at number 1 in 2014. It means Hamilton becomes only the 4th athlete to take top spot on 2 occasions, joining U.S. gymnastics icon Simone Biles 2021 and 2024, Lionel Messi 2020 and 2023, and Neymar 2012 and 2013. At 40 years old, Ferrari driver Hamilton is also the oldest athlete to be ranked top of the list. Last year's number 1 Biles slips to 2nd place. Steph Curry leaps 16 places to 4th, and Cristiano Ronaldo secures another top 10 finish in 5th, having placed 9th in 2024. This year's ranking features 30 male athletes and 20 female athletes, with 17 different nationalities represented. Olympic champion Noah Lyles is the only track and field athlete on the list. He's ranked 24th. And that's it for your morning sports.
What's everyone talking about? It's Front Page in This Morning. Get the issue of the day this and every weekday morning at 7:20 a.m. on Front Page. This Morning. Morning radio the right way. Front Page is brought to you by ABC Electrical for a better choice in the electrical business.
In business this morning, as Hurricane Melissa approaches, the National Commercial Bank, NCB, has advised customers that its debit cards can be used only at NCB ABMs and NCB point-of-sale POS terminals. In an advisory to customers on Monday evening, the bank informed that NCB debit cards will not be accepted at non-NCB machines or POS terminals. It says debit cards from other banks cannot be processed at NCB ABMs or POS terminals until the multi-link service is restored. However, credit cards are not impacted. Meanwhile, NCB says the Bank of Jamaica's payment systems, including RTGS, will remain closed today, Tuesday, October 28. NCB says this means some transfers and payments may be delayed. The bank has advised that limited processing is expected to resume on Wednesday, October 29. And NCB says all ABMs at branch locations remain available for cash withdrawals, while some off-site ABMs may be temporarily unavailable due to the hurricane. Overseas, the government is facing a bigger than expected hole in the public finances as it prepares for next month's budget. The BBC is reporting that the downgrade to the UK's productivity performance from the government's official forecaster could lead to the Chancellor facing a £20 billion gap in meeting her tax and spending rules. Rachel Reeves has confirmed both tax rises and spending cuts are options in next month's budget. The Treasury declined to comment on speculation ahead of the Office for Budget Responsibilities, OBR, final forecast, which will be published on November 26 alongside the budget. The OBR will deliver its final draft forecast, including productivity, a measure of the output of the economy per hour worked, to the Treasury on Friday. The forecaster had previously assumed a partial bounce back in productivity growth, but this has never materialized. Finally, in business this morning, multiple media outlets are reporting that Amazon is planning major job cuts among its corporate workers as soon as this week. The online retail giant plans to lay off as many as 30,000 employees as part of cost-cutting measures led by Chief Executive Andy Jassy. That's according to reports by the Wall Street Journal and Reuters. Each cited sources stating the same number of layoffs. If confirmed, the layoffs could be one of the largest seen in recent months. It would be Amazon's biggest cuts since 2022, when the company let go around 27,000 workers over several months. Amazon's layoff plans were also reported by CNBC and the New York Times, citing sources familiar with the matter. The reports did not say where in the world job cuts will be made. The number of potential layoffs would be around 10% of the company's corporate headcount, but still a small fraction of Amazon's total workforce, which has more than 1.5 million employees across its warehouses and offices worldwide. And that's it for business this morning.
Protecting your personal data is a priority for the Jamaica Customs Agency. We urge you to use the agency's official platforms to conduct your business. The time by the Jamaica Customs Agency is
6:32.
Looking for superior quality transportation from an international award-winning provider? Well, look no further. Choose Island Car Rentals, Jamaica's leading car rental company, setting the standard for ground transportation in Jamaica. For over 50 years, Island Car Rentals has been your trusted partner for reliable, top-quality vehicles. But we're more than just a car rental company. Need an airport transfer at any hour? Heading out of town and want to travel in style with a private chauffeur? Need a truck to rent for business or personal use? Or maybe you need a customized shuttle or tour for a large or a small group? Whatever your transportation need, Island Car Rentals has you covered. Call us today at 876-926-8012 or 876-929-5875 or visit www.islandcarrentals.com to book your next trip. Because Island people take better care of you.
Why breathe? free. Every community, the citizen security plan, yeah, it need all our way. Yo, make your vote. Everybody want a safer country right now. Why you pray? Every community, the citizen security plan, yeah, it need all our way. Yo, make your vote. Every Jamaican proud, so turn it up. Stand up. That one a name CSP. One up. Marcus say education and the key. Stand up. Crime prevention better than cure. Lock the gun there. Open more door. The youth them and the future check them heads as well. Professional help protect the mental health. Squaddy everybody a link and give a strength. Everybody all a government unity strength. Why free? Every community, the citizen security plan, yeah, it need all our way. Yo, make your vote. Everybody want a safer country right now.
The Citizen Security Plan is an initiative of the Ministry of National Security in partnership with the European Union. It's an all-of-government effort to create safer streets and build stronger communities. Go to mns.gov.jm to learn how you can play your part.
Hold on, yeah. When you have heartaches, don't cry. Oh no. Just remember that God is standing by. Sometime when your burden is down, just remember God is standing by. Thank you, Lord. So there's no need to cry. Oh, God is standing by. Thank you, Lord. So don't you worry and don't cry. No. When you have trouble.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. You are tuned in to Nationwide this morning. NTM, thank you so much for coming on over and joining us this Tuesday morning. It is Tuesday, October 28, 2025. To those of you still have connectivity, still have your internet, your electricity, joining us in the YouTube chat this morning. Hello, good morning to all of you. If you are listening out there in Radioland on 90.3.5.7.9, hello, good morning. And if it is that you're joining us on the app or from the website listening to NTM Nationwide this morning, good morning to you. Hope that I find you dry, warm, and well as today, George, Landfall Day
Good morning.
in Jamaica.
Yes, I'm looking, you see, different things study different things.
Yes.
And it's funny you say Landfall Day because, well, you know what, let me refresh this thing because I'm looking at the Zoom Earth projection of the path of the storm, which is live, and it's showing that landfall is projected to be 1100 hours on October 28, which is tomorrow. Yeah? So
October 29.
October 29. No. Beg your pardon. Yes. Landfall day today, 11 o'clock. 1100 hours. Right. So by 11 o'clock today, they're saying that, boom. Today's October 28th, of course. Yeah. So, yeah.
Yes.
So, yeah. So, this is it.
This is it indeed. And I've been up since about 3. And the folks in St. Elizabeth, George, they are up. So many of them, they have not been able to sleep. You know, they're pretty restless, uneasy, understandably, because of what the Met Service and the other weather experts have been saying about Melissa's projections and path in terms of entering Jamaica, that landfall trajectory showing on the border of St. Elizabeth, Westmoreland, Western St. Elizabeth, Eastern Westmoreland. And we're looking at Zoom Earth as well, George. You're seeing that the path, the projection, the tracking still looks the same, basically.
Yeah. My friend in Southeast St. Elizabeth sent me a message last night.
Yes.
2 messages at 8:59 p.m. One, George, it bad. Pray for us. That's all she said.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. People have been asking if it reach yet, it land yet.
Yeah.
What's happening?
Yeah, I
every 5 minutes I'm getting messages. Can I get an update now? Because here's the thing, George. A lot of people in St. Elizabeth, they're experiencing the effects already. Mm-hmm. Gusty winds, the rain. Yesterday, somebody was on with you, Maisie Hansen from St. Elizabeth in Neef Mountain there, southeast St. Elizabeth, telling you about her roof being blown off already.
Yes.
So persons are feeling the effects and wondering if it is that landfall, Melissa has made landfall, and I'm telling them not quite yet. So looking at the projections now about 11 a.m., and that might change because the system still moving very, very slowly, 5 miles per hour, the latest bulletin indicated.
And what we can tell them, and you're so right, well, you got the call, so of course you can verify that people are having this concern about why is it that the wind in where I am at is so strong, and the news says it hasn't made landfall. That's because, according to the Met Service, listen to this key part now, listeners, viewers, this is the part. It says, the latest bulletin, number 49, says hurricane force winds extend outward from the center up to 30 miles. So if you're 30 miles away from the center of Hurricane Melissa, you will feel hurricane force winds if you are 30 miles away from the center. If you are 195 miles, within 195 miles from the center, you will be experiencing tropical storm force winds. Now, this is the key to the mystery that many of you are grappling with, as to say, well, if it don't make landfall, why am I feeling winds? So, if you're within 30 miles from the center, you're going to feel hurricane force winds. If you're within 195 miles of the center, you're going to feel tropical storm force winds. And the Met Service says that based on where the center of Melissa is, it says Melissa's center is 115 miles west-southwest of Kingston, or 75 miles south of Negril Point. Mm-hmm. So the center, 75 miles away from Negril Point. But if you are within 195 miles, you're gonna feel tropical storm force winds. And if you're within 30 miles of the center, you're gonna feel hurricane force winds. So the people south of Negril Point near there, they're feeling tropical storm force winds right now. And those on the Kingston side, which is the center of Melissa, is 115 miles west-southwest of Kingston, feeling winds, but not quite hurricane force or tropical storm force just yet, although 195 miles extends for a significant portion of this island, which isn't that big in context. So that's why you're feeling the winds that you're feeling and wondering why the news people are not saying it has made landfall when where you are, the place are blown down.
Yeah, and so many people are now experiencing what I describe as Melissa fatigue.
Yes.
Because we've been watching the system over so many days, and the system has been shifting. But I would say to those out there who are experiencing Melissa fatigue, you just have to stay with it. And the most important thing is to be somewhere safe, somewhere secure. And please don't go outside and be going up on your roof or anything like that if it's really gusty. The winds are heavy, because we heard last evening from the Minister of Health about persons, George, who were making preparations for Hurricane Melissa on their roofs, fell, and they died.
You posted a video in the group of Edentown in Clarendon.
And Edentown, where there's flooding.
Yes.
already underway. There's Flat Bridge that's now impassable. And Damien, if you could just bring up some footage there of what Flat Bridge looks like now. Impassable. So for our YouTubers and our peeps out there in Radioland, if you want to hop on over to YouTube, this is what Flat Bridge looks like at 6:44 a.m.
There is no Flat Bridge
There
at
is
6:44
no
a.m.
Flat Bridge, yeah. All you're seeing there, water. Yeah, the river has certainly swollen.
You know what's funny? I'm looking at the forecast for Kingston, and the weather is a hell of a thing, you know. The weather shows that, of course, today hurricane is in the air. It's showing that on Wednesday we'll have showers. It's showing bright sunshine for Thursday.
For Thursday?
Yes, and then it goes back to rain for Friday and Saturday. So the forecast for the rest of the week is hurricane today, showers on Wednesday, showers on Friday and Saturday with bright sunshine on Thursday. What a thing.
Yeah. And Damon, if you have there the in and town footage, I see some people here in the chat, political wife style. Is it that you're from that area? You have relatives in that area? SH as well saying, wow. In and town already flooded. Wow. So let us know. Are you guys from that area? You have relatives in that area? We have some footage as well coming out of in and town, and countless downed trees.
Oh, yes.
So
yes.
many videos and images of downed trees right across the country, power lines down as well. And we urge and appeal to folks out there not to go near those power lines. So from the comfort of your home, you can make a video, take some pictures so that you can have that to send to the Jamaica Public Service Company. Yeah, do not go near those power lines.
Grace Price says, George, Anon Town to Cave Valley is a river run behind the district. They're having a bad time in Cave Valley. The thing is this, you know, as you spoke about people not to take any chances. In the corporate area, you can see why people treat this thing as, little storm, little breeze. Because driving on the streets of the corporate areas, we see this video of Anon Town, the river running through a section of the community. Look at that. Well, I said a river running through a section of the community. There is no river to run through the section of the community. It's just water, it's just flood water, it's just running through like a river. Yeah, but in the corporate area, I drove driving last night, leaving here late, around about 7ish. A tree on Caledonia Avenue, a couple branches off. Not much, little bit of flooding on the road on to enter Tom Redcom Drive, not much. Coming this morning, Maresca Road, a couple manholes, flooded, and yeah, but not much. So the corporate
some
area
branches here and there.
Yeah, and a whole heap of leaf. The corporate area people are going to say, but elsewhere in the country, hell already.
Yeah, and you know what? I thought back to George is reporting across different overseas media entities in Hurricane Beryl last year, how in the city, the day of Beryl, how we were on these different media entities saying, listen, I think we were spared the worst, you know. And then 24 hours after, the next morning on NTM, when we started to get those images, footage, aerial shots out of St. Elizabeth, Clarendon and Manchester, a whole different picture, the contrast of the city versus what was taking place in those parishes.
Yes, absolutely right you are. Donna Thompson says no electricity in Bog Walk. Yeah, Kingsley Graham says Cave Valley from last week it a flood. Ralston, Murray, Mandeville feeling tropical storm winds, lots of rain, no current in central Manchester.
Yeah. I did get reports about Chudley not having electricity. And what's this here?
Today is a big birthday for one of our big listeners, but that will come later. But I'm telling you, it is, boy, I tell you, the people in parts of Manchester, parts of Manchester, St. Elizabeth especially, they are, as my granny would say, they might meet it at this point and it not make landfall yet. And that's a troubling bit. That's a troubling bit.
Yeah. Do we have Street Smart this morning? We take a break and we come back with Street Smart with Ludlow McLean and then our word of the day.
The Pink Run, a corporate wellness challenge, encourages physical activity, healthy eating, and age-appropriate health checks. Remember, early detection saves lives. The time by the Ministry of Health and Wellness is
6:49.
JPS and Partners Cooperative Credit Union offers financial solutions for every stage in your life: savings, auto loans, mortgages, and more. The temperature by JPS and Partners Cooperative Credit Union, your financial partner for life, is
26 degrees Celsius in Kingston, 25 degrees Celsius in Montego Bay, 24 degrees Celsius in Mandeville.
Every school is free of unhealthy, ultra-processed products. You know, those high in salt, fats, and sugar. If only that weren't a dream. The reality is that many children have an unhealthy diet at school, and 23% of them are overweight or obese. This can lead to hypertension, heart disease, and type 2 diabetes. Let's protect our children's right to health with a policy for schools that prevents unhealthy food marketing and ensures access to nutritious foods. The time is now. Let's implement the National School Nutrition Policy. A message from the Heart Foundation of Jamaica and partners.
For all your electrical needs, visit ABC Electrical Sales. They stock a wide variety of electrical supplies, including plugs, switches, panel boards, and conduits, plus energy-saving fixtures. ABC Electrical Sales stocks brands like GE, Siemens, Philips, Cutler Hammer, and Allen Bradley. They also offer free island-wide delivery just to suit your needs. Visit them at Shop 8, Hagley Park Plaza, Kingston 10, or call 876-754-3714-5 or 876-754-3825-8. ABC Electrical Sales, for a better choice in the electrical business.
Time now for Street Smarts with a difference with Damien Scarlett, one of our producers here. He's on the road in the company of Jamal Tucker, and they are roving for us this morning. Ludlow has been decommissioned for the time being. He's the dry weather traffic man. For weather like this, we have to draw on other resources. Damien, good morning. What's happening on the road where you are?
Good morning, George. Morning to the listeners. Currently, we are in Portmore. We left the base of the studios and we went on alongside Ocean Boulevard onto Marcus Garvey Drive, and now we're in Portmore. The intention is to go through St. Catherine as far as Spanish Town and the Old Harbour and make it our way back into town. What I can tell you so far is that the roads are empty. Just a few service vehicles are out on the road, but we have been observing some down signs currently in the entrance. Just as you pass Portmore Mall, we're also seeing some boardings that are down on the ground, and just as you get to the bridge to head over into Edgewater, there is a tree that has fallen over into the road, so it's only one side of the road is accessible at this point. That's on the bridge heading into Edgewater. But so far the roads are empty, but the wind is definitely picking up so far.
Right. You didn't drive Port Henderson Road?
We are now on Port Henderson Road. The road is quite clear. I'm not seeing much water or debris on the road just now. It's just the wind, as I mentioned. The road seems very clear at this point.
All right. And so you say you're going Spanish Town side and doing a sweep and coming back this way?
Right, to see what's happening on the other side of town.
Okay, C2 gentlemen, and since you're in Portmore side, Jamal, maybe you could do a little Hillshire run just to see the Hillshire main road as far as you can and see what it's like down that side, because I have a friend down there who was telling me that
definitely,
rain and water hard.
That direction
Yes.
out to Hillshire.
Yes.
And we'll definitely give an update on that.
All right, thank you very much. Damien Scarlett there with Street Smarts 1, deputizing for Ludlow. It didn't sound too bad.
Not at all. He'll be back, hopefully, for Street Smart 2 just before the front page at 7:20. Up next, a word of the day. A word of the day is spelled HOMOLOGATE, spelled HOMOLOGATE.
Homologate. Homologate. Homologate.
Homologate is your word of the day. Homologate is your word of the day, and it's a verb. And it means to approve, confirm, or ratify. Simply to approve, confirm, or ratify. Homologate is your word of the day. Another definition here: to register a specific make of automobile in general production so as to make it eligible for international racing competition. To register a specific make of automobile in general production so as to make it eligible for international racing competition. Homologate is your word of the day. First recorded between 1635 and 1645. First recorded between 1635 and 1645. Let's see a sentence for homologate. I asked whether my expenses would come out of the estate, and he said that he was inclined to believe the trustees would not homologate any claim for my outgoings, would not approve, confirm any of those claims from my outgoings. So homologate is your word of the day, meaning to approve, confirm, or ratify, or to register a specific make of automobile in general production so as to make it eligible for international racing competition. Up next are features at the top of the hour, the news.
Guava is an impressive nutritional powerhouse packed with antioxidants, vitamin C, potassium, and fiber. This incredible combination of nutrients delivers a wide range of health benefits. On Food for Thought today, we're slicing into one of nature's overachievers, guava, and uncovering why it deserves a place in your diet. Wrapped in a neat green or yellow skin, guava contains juicy vitamin pulp and crunchy edible seeds. But the benefits don't stop there. Even its leaves boast powerful medicinal properties that can enhance your well-being. Just one guava provides 250% of your daily vitamin C needs. That's like eating an orange on steroids. Plus, it's loaded with vitamin A, potassium, iron, calcium, and fiber. Let's break down its top health benefits. Guava's antioxidants and fiber help regulate blood sugar. Guava leaf tea, in particular, has been shown to reduce post-meal sugar spikes by over 10%. For those managing diabetes, guava is a must. Looking after your heart, guavas help lower bad cholesterol, regulate blood pressure, and provide potassium and fiber for optimal heart function. Plus, their antioxidants protect against free radical damage. Ladies, take note. Guava leaf extract has been found to significantly reduce menstrual cramps thanks to its powerful anti-inflammatory properties. A natural remedy, no pharmacy trip required. One guava delivers 12% of your daily fiber needs, making it a natural digestive aid that keeps things moving. The bonus? Guava leaf extract fights bad gut bacteria, helps with diarrhea, and improves overall digestion. At just 37 calories per fruit, Guavas make for the perfect guilt-free snack. Their high fiber content helps curb cravings and keeps you full longer, making them a great addition to any weight loss plan. Early research suggests guava leaf extract may inhibit the growth of cancer cells. Some studies even indicate guava leaf oil could be 4 times more potent than certain cancer drugs. While research is ongoing, guava's rich antioxidant content is promising. With twice the daily recommended intake of vitamin C, guavas are a powerhouse for your immune system. They help stimulate white blood cell production, keeping infections at bay.
Fearless and fair. Nationwide 90 FM.
One of the biggest fears people might have is walking into a room filled with strangers. Here are some tips that might help you deal with that awkward moment. I'm Tana, and these are your lifestyle pages. Make a good first impression. This means having a friendly expression on your face and making eye contact. Put yourself together. If you don't feel good about yourself, others will notice. Introduce yourself to one person at a time. Shake someone's hand. This gives you the edge, and make eye contact while you do so. Be on the lookout for a shy person. This will give you an opportunity to show your people skills. I'm Tana, and those were your lifestyle pages.
Nationwide 90 FM, continuing the tradition of fair, fearless, and factual reporting.
Jamaica, let's make road safety a priority. Slow down, stay focused. Remember, every life matters. The time brought to you by the JIS is...
News time, 7 o'clock.
If you need to build it, plumb it, weld it, pave it, or power it, National Supply has it. Get the best brands for the job at Jamaica's Industrial Hardware Superstore, Kingston Normal Bay. The temperature by National Supply is
26 degrees Celsius in Kingston, 25 degrees Celsius in Montego Bay, 24 degrees Celsius in Mandeville.
The most credible news in the morning. The news at 7 on Nationwide 90 FM.
Coming up in the news at 7 today, Tuesday, October 28, 2025, winds and heavy rain associated with Hurricane Melissa strengthen across the island ahead of landfall. Melissa kills 3, injures more than a dozen Jamaicans ahead of landfall. And the JPS says it has restored power to more than 30,000 customers who lost electricity on Monday. While in international news, the US and Japan ink rare earths and nuclear power deals ahead of meeting between Trump and Xi Jinping.
If it's news, it's got to be Nationwide 90 FM.
Now to the details. Heavy winds and rain associated with Hurricane Melissa are being experienced across the island as the center of the storm bears down on the island. Our news center is receiving reports of downed trees and power lines, as well as flying debris across the corporate area and many other sections of the country. There are also reports of flooding in central communities such as Annan Town in St. Catherine and Clarendon. The Category 5 storm continues its trajectory towards the island ahead of landfall in the West End. At 5 a.m., the center of Melissa was located 115 miles west-southwest of Kingston, or 75 miles south of Negril Point. The storm is moving toward the north-northeast near 5 miles per hour, with a turn toward the northeast and an increase in forward speed expected later today. The Met Service says this will be followed by a faster northeastward motion on Wednesday and Thursday. Maximum sustained winds are near 280 kilometers or 175 miles per hour with higher gusts. Hurricane force winds extend outward up to 30 miles from the center, and the tropical storm force winds extend outward up to 195 miles. On the forecast track, the core of Melissa is expected to move over the island today, then across southern Cuba on Wednesday morning, and across the southeastern or central Bahamas later on Wednesday. Melissa is the 13th named storm of the Atlantic hurricane season. It's the strongest to lash the island since record-keeping began 174 years ago. 3 Jamaicans have died while preparing for Hurricane Melissa. Health Minister Dr. Chris Tufton shared the news on Monday.
Very sad to announce that even though the storm has not yet hit we have had 3 deaths related to the preparation of the storm. One in Hanover, one in St. Catherine, and the other in St. Elizabeth. And these are due to persons preparing for the storm, unfortunately. Cutting down of trees in particular. In one case, a tree fell on one of the individuals in St. Elizabeth. He was airlifted, and it's a health worker. He was airlifted to the University Hospital and succumbed to his injuries. Another case in Hanover, the same thing. And another case in St. Catherine. In one of the cases, there was an electrocution, as is reported to me, linked to the cutting down of trees.
Dr. Tufton was speaking during a hurricane briefing at the National Emergency Operations Center. He says 13 people were injured as they prepared for the dangerous Category 5 storm. Dr. Tufton extended condolences to the families.
I just want to use the opportunity to urge Jamaicans, firstly, to express condolences to the family members who have lost loved ones, and the health system will provide support as necessary to those individuals. But to also urge Jamaicans, we understand the need to prepare, but we urge extreme caution in that preparation. If you need help, call for help, but be careful that you protect yourself even in the preparation, because already we're seeing the tragedy of lives lost.
Dr. Chris Tufton, the Minister of Health and Wellness. Meanwhile, the Health Ministry has evacuated some patients at certain hospitals ahead of the passage of Hurricane Melissa. Dr. Tufton identified 3 coastal facilities where services have been relocated due to concern about potential storm surge.
We are concerned about a few hospitals that are on the coastline. So Noel Holmes in Hanover, Black River in particular, in St. Elizabeth because of where the storm will enter the country, and Falmouth, Trelawney. We have evacuation plans for those institutions. So today we started some evacuation efforts out of Black River. Fortunately, we just completed a 12-foot seawall on the coastline between the hospital and the sea. And that is in place, which will provide a buffer and some protection. But based on projections of 13 or more foot waves, we do anticipate a breach of that. So we have moved some of the services out of the hospital further inland and have relocated patients from the ground floor to the second floor.
The Health Minister says all preparations for the Category 5 hurricane are in place.
Other institutions have evacuation arrangements and will exercise that as the case may be. Each of those institutions, of course, have generator backup power that will take them hopefully through the period that may be downtime until power is restored. The staffing for the surge capacity are in place. Rosters are in place. Doctors, nurses, biomedical engineers, drivers and porters, all of those are in place to deal with the possibility.
Dr. Chris Tufton, Health Minister. The Jamaica Defence Force has called out the Jamaica National Reserve in response to the threat posed by Hurricane Melissa. The move forms part of the JDF's wider operational response plan to support the national disaster preparedness and humanitarian assistance efforts in the aftermath of the hurricane. Reserve personnel are being mobilized to assist in relief operations and search and rescue. They'll also be part of logistics support and the security of high-risk areas in coordination with the Office of Disaster Preparedness and Emergency Management and other government agencies. The JDF says troops have already been pre-positioned in some of the areas expected to be hardest hit. The JDF is urging members of the public to remain calm, to stay informed through official updates, and to cooperate with authorities as emergency teams are deployed across the island. The Jamaica Public Service Company, JPS, says it has restored power to more than 30,000 customers who lost it due to the adverse weather associated with Hurricane Melissa. JPS reported on Wednesday that just over 52,000, or about 7.5% of its 700,000 customers, had been impacted by outages in the previous 24-hour period. The Light and Power Company says while work continues to connect the remaining customers, restoration in some cases is being hampered by access challenges caused by difficult terrain and heavy rains. President and the CEO Hugh Grant has cautioned that with weather conditions worsening, at some point the company will no longer be able to respond to individual customer reports. He says JPS will not compromise the safety of its teams. However, it will continue to respond to outages as long as it's safe to do so. Grant is also urging Jamaicans to stay away from power lines. Meanwhile, JPS says it's looking at a potential rebuild rather than restoration of its network in the aftermath of Hurricane Melissa. President Grant issued this advisory.
A Category 4 hurricane potentially going through the middle of our island could have unprecedented damage on our facilities. Here at JPS, it's likely to be a rebuild and not just a restoration. As we stand now, we're also looking at further preparations to potentially bring in additional resources and barge or fly equipment in, such as bucket trucks, crane trucks, and other equipment that may be required if there is extensive damage on our grid to facilitate safe and timely response.
Grant says additional workers and equipment have been secured from off the island to boost the company's response once the all clear has been given.
One of the significant changes that we made is that we have retainer contracts with overseas line workers to have boots on the ground prior to the storm. We have executed on that, and I'm pleased to say right now we have 71 line workers. More than 30% of our workforce have been augmented with boots on the ground that stand ready to safely respond to the hurricane once it's safe to do so. The other thing that we did is, through shared practices, we have had an incident command structure whereby we have daily check-ins with each other to understand what are the critical facilities in our various spaces and how we prioritize the restoration of those facilities so as a block we can provide the essential services that you're all depending on.
Hugh Grant, President and the CEO of the Jamaica Public Service Company. Some fisherfolk operating along Port Henderson Road, commonly known as Back Road in Portmore St. Catherine, say they plan to remain at their shops during the passage of Hurricane Melissa. They argue that all their equipment cannot be housed in shelters. Some of them spoke with our news center on Monday evening.
I'm not going to leave and make people look at things and take away. Look at things we have to start life or try back life. I'm not going to make people just take it away like this, just do.
Yeah, but the hurricane not come.
Yeah, but then again, mommy, you know, you're dangerous thing at hurricane, you still have to try. If people there, they can't stop that, you know.
I'm not leaving. Greatest thing.
We are still alive here right now. We can't go nowhere now. If we there, watch over one another. Hear that?
What is it that you are trying to say?
Everything I have, because the government will give me back something, and now give me more than 20,000. That is a TV. That is a TV, my youth. And I can't carry my TV go to shelter with me. I can't carry nothing more of my clothes with me go for shelter. So where me I go?
Fisherfolk in Portmore St. Catherine. Meanwhile, the mayor of Portmore, Leon Thomas, is urging fisherfolk to leave coastal communities immediately, warning that conditions could quickly become life-threatening as Melissa intensifies.
I would really want to say to the fisherfolk, especially on the Elsha Beach and Port Henderson Road, and also around the Dyke Road, please evacuate now. It is very important that you leave now, because when you wait until that moment, then we cannot assist you. And life is very much important to all of us. We don't want to lose no one during Melissa. So I'm appealing to you, fisher folks, move now. And people also in various communities where we have low-lying areas, please move now. That is my word to them. I am begging you, let us save life.
Leon Thomas, the mayor of Portmore. The mayor of Kingston, Andrew Swaby, is seeking to remind citizens that all emergency shelters remain open to the public free of cost. He made the clarification following reports that Jamaicans are being charged to enter the facilities.
The Kingston and St. Andrew Municipal Corporation is aware of the false information circulated in the public domain alleging that individuals are being charged for admission into emergency shelters in preparation for Hurricane Melissa. The KCMC categorically denies these claims. All emergency shelters operated by the KCMC are free of cost and open to all members of the public who may be affected by the impending weather system. I strongly condemn these misinformation. They are reckless and irresponsible, especially at a time when accurate information can make difference between safety and harm.
A mandatory evacuation order has been in effect for several low-lying and flood-prone areas in light of the pending impact of Hurricane Melissa. The communities include Port Royal in Kingston, Portland Cottage, Clarendon, Old Harbour Bay in St. Catherine, and Riverton City and New Haven in St. Andrew. The homeless population are also being urged to seek shelter immediately. Just over 1,000 residents have already sought refuge at shelters across the country. Mayor Swaby says his team will continue evacuation coordination efforts across the corporate area.
The KSAMC continues to coordinate the evacuation of vulnerable individuals across at-risk areas while ensuring that shelters are adequately staffed and equipped.
Andrew Swaby, the mayor of Kingston. At least one resident in St. Elizabeth is reporting that her roof was blown off during strong winds associated with Hurricane Melissa. The resident, Maisie Hansen, lives in the community of Neath Mountain in the southeast section of the parish.
You see from the board drop on the car and mash out the windscreen.
The car mash up too?
Yeah, rush out the windscreen.
Oh Lord. So the roof drop on the car, mash up the windscreen and the bonnet?
On the bonnet.
So what is it looking like? Do you have any help to put the roof back on or to cover the house? What's happening?
No, wouldn't get no help. No, maybe after the rain.
Yes.
I don't know if you can't even put back on if you go buy it, maybe like board or something.
Ms. Hansen says her valuables, to include several appliances and her refrigerator, got wet.
It is a rent house, you know.
Yes. So the landlord know?
Yeah, they know.
Okay. So really them are go deal with the repairs, it's not you?
No, then we have to go buy it's stuff. Like to put back on it.
Yes.
Yeah, but the car is my son's car.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So the things in the house now, Miss, and your things that you buy, are you in the house furnished?
Mine things.
So what and what in the house? Wait up.
I have a little type of furniture now away from we don't have no setting.
Right. You have appliances?
Yeah, and there are components that are there. The TV.
You have a fridge?
I'm a fridge.
Oh, everything went up then. Maisie Hansen, a resident in Neath Mountain, St. Elizabeth, speaking with Nationwide News on Monday. Hurricane Melissa is projected to make landfall at about 11 a.m. today in western St. Elizabeth or eastern Westmoreland. Commissioner of the Jamaica Fire Brigade, Stuart Beckford, is cautioning citizens to be extra careful when preparing meals during the passage of Hurricane Melissa. Commissioner Beckford says stoves should not be left unattended.
We know that the kids are going to be home maybe for the rest of this week based on the projection of this weather system. And we know that once the kids are home, cooking is going to be taking place. Now, we have seen too many instances of cooking left unattended, which results in fire. Here again, we're asking persons, if you have to cook, which, I'm sure you're going to do, make sure that you do not leave the stove unattended. I've gone to homes and see where stoves are located sometimes near windows, and those windows are draped with window curtains. Again, if you have your stove near to a window with window curtain, make sure that these curtains are properly secured and so that they are not tall enough to come in contact with the naked flame on your stove.
That's Commissioner Stuart Beckford, head of the Jamaica Fire Brigade. Just one item of news, one more local item before we go to international. A British national died at the St. Anne's Bay Hospital on Sunday, or died at St. Anne's Bay Hospital on Sunday. She has been identified as 68-year-old Julia Stephen Marshall. It's understood she was suffering from diabetes and pancreatic cancer. Reports are that Mrs. Stevens Marshall developed breathing problems while at the Rio Hotel in Ocho Rios. She was taken to hospital where she died while being treated. Overseas news now. Japan and the United States have agreed to partner on new generation nuclear power reactors and rare earth minerals. Japan's Prime Minister Sanae Takaichi and US President Donald Trump signed the framework agreement on Tuesday. Analysts say it's Tokyo's way of seeking a return to export markets for its nuclear technology, as both look to reduce China's dominance over key electronic components. China processes more than 90% of the world's rare earths. The Japan-US agreement follows Beijing Beijing's recent expansion of export curbs. It comes ahead of a meeting between President Trump and the Chinese President Xi Jinping on Thursday. That meeting, set for the sidelines of the Asia-Pacific Economic Cooperation in South Korea, is to discuss a deal that would pause steeper U.S. tariffs and Chinese rare earths export controls. A man accused of killing former Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe has pleaded guilty on the first day of his trial. According to Japanese media, Tetsuya Yamagami told a court in the capital Tokyo that the allegations are all true. Yamagami is alleged to have used a homemade gun to shoot Abe during a political campaign event in the western city of Nara in 2022. Abe was struck several times and died in hospital later the same day. Yamagami is reported to have told investigators he targeted Abe because he blamed the 67-year-old for allegedly promoting a church which he said had bankrupted his mother and his wider family. That's the news.
Sign up for the JN Money Card. It's safe, convenient, and free. The time by JN Money is
7:19.
Rent or buy your hurricane supplies from Total Tools. Visit 102 Main Street, Oterius, 34 Slipe Road, Kingston 5, or Lot C6, Drax Hall, St. Anne's Bay. The temperature brought to you by Total Tools Jamaica is
26 degrees Celsius in Kingston, 27 degrees Celsius in Montego Bay, 22 degrees Celsius in Mandeville.
Everybody want to see if a country right now.
One thing about Jamaicans, we might have differences, but we know when something is good for all of us. And when we work together against crime and violence, we are stronger than ever. And that's how we know the Citizen Security Plan can work.
That one name CSP.
The Citizen Security Plan is an initiative of the Ministry of National Security in partnership with the European Union. It's an all-of-government effort to create safer streets and build stronger communities. Go to mns.gov.jm to learn how you can play your part.
This is an important notice from Teleperformance Jamaica. Due to the impact of Tropical Storm Melissa, our offices will remain closed until further notice. The safety and well-being of our employees is our top priority. Team members are asked to remain indoors, stay in contact with their supervisors, and monitor official updates. We look forward to resuming normal operations as soon as conditions improve.
Time now for Street Smarts 2 with our interim traffic reporter, Damien Scarlett, who's traveling away in the company of Jamal Tucker. Damien, where are you? What's the situation now?
Hi, morning again, Jordan, to the listeners. Currently, we are at Chelsea, actually at Chelsea Beach. The last report that we gave, we were traveling along Port Henderson along the side. I just want to say that the roads coming down to Hillshire are clear. There's no blockage in the road, just debris on the road. But now we're actually at Hillshire Beach. The residents are here just rallying together. Some persons that we spoke to so far, they mentioned that last night they really saw a lot of the storm force winds that they've never seen or experienced before. I just spoke to a resident a while ago, and he said that this has been his 5th or 6th storm.
Yes.
But in his opinion, this is minor to what he has experienced over the years.
Oh.
But what we have seen is that the water from the sea has risen above the normal level all the way onto the shore. So we're still examining what's happening on location. The entrance, though, to Hillshire has a lot of water, and so persons coming in would have to be careful in terms of how they drive in because of the volume of water that is there. But we're currently on the beach itself. It's quite windy, but everybody is seeming to be okay. And they're just looking out and wondering if the eye of the storm has passed as yet.
No, tell them it don't reach it. So they should be very, very vigilant, just the same. All right. Yes. Thank you, Damien, on your travels through St. Catherine in the company of Jamal Tucker, our gentleman roving for us this morning as Ludlow takes a little break. All right. That's Street Smarts 2. After the break, front page. Front Page is brought to you today by ABC Electrical Sales, for a better choice in the electrical business. For all your electrical needs, visit ABC Electrical Sales. They stock a wide variety of electrical supplies, including plugs, switches, panel boards, and conduits, plus energy-saving fixtures. ABC Electrical Sales stocks brands like GE, Siemens, Philips, Cutler Hammer, and Allen Bradley. They also offer free island-wide delivery just to suit your needs. Visit them at Shop 8, Hagley Park Plaza, Kingston 10, or call 876-754-3714-5 or 876-754-3825-8. ABC Electrical Sales, for a better choice in the electrical business. $7:25 a.m. on this Tuesday morning. We continue to track Hurricane Melissa, the eye, due to pass us. Melissa due to make landfall around about 11 a.m. So in about 3 hours, 35 minutes, Melissa should be upon us. So heavy winds and rain associated with Melissa are being experienced across the island, especially in Manchester and St. Elizabeth, as the center of Hurricane Melissa bears down on the island. We've been receiving reports of downed trees in some sections, downed power lines, flooding in places such as Edentown. Edentown, of course, is in Clarendon. We've been hearing about flooding in parts of St. Catherine, and already people are feeling some severe effects with Melissa not yet making landfall, and that's the problem. At 5 a.m., the center of Melissa was 115 miles southwest of Kingston, or 75 miles south of Negril Point, is moving toward the north-northeast at about 5 miles per hour, with a turn toward the northeast and an increase in forward speed expected later on this Tuesday. Now, the issue with the storm is that tropical storm force winds extend up to 195 miles from the eye, from the center, and hurricane force winds extend 30 miles from the eye. So when Melissa is 30 miles from making landfall in Jamaica, you're going to be feeling hurricane force winds. And the reason many people in central Jamaica are feeling some heavy winds right now is because it is within that 195 mile, let's call it the radius then. Yeah, the eye from where land is, and tropical storm force winds are felt in that proximity. We're being joined now by the chairman of the Clarendon Municipal Corporation. Hear that Edentown is under pressure in his parish, in his municipality. The chairman of the Clarendon Municipal Corporation, the mayor of Maypen, Joel Williams, who I understand has been camped out, sleeping at his office for the past few days, trying to be in a position to offer quick assistance to his residents, his constituents, as the need arises. Morning, Mayor Williams.
Good morning to you. Good morning to your listeners.
Thank you for joining us. Am I correct? Have you been sleeping at the office, sir, as you work?
Well, then if you have a what they call it now, your spine and me.
I have my people, sir.
Okay, sir. Yes, sir. I've been here. Can't allow my staff to be here, and I'm not here.
Yes. What's happening in? Well, start with Anon Town first. What's the latest from that part of the constituent of the municipality?
Well, you know that Anon Town is a very fragile area when it comes to flooding, and yes, they are under serious water there now. They have lost electricity. I've been in touch with the Member of Parliament since Friday before to get an update from him, and so we would have put certain things in place. I know the CEO had spoken to the councillor yesterday, so we are hoping that we will not be able to get into those spaces at this point in time, but they should be able to ride it out until we're able to get in there.
Explain to my listeners and viewers who have no idea where Anon Town is and don't know how the place is set up. Is the rain cause water to be running through, or is there a river nearby that has burst its banks? What's the cause of the flooding?
There's a river nearby, and it's almost in a descent. It's sitting between St. Anne and the upper part of Janesville. So either in a little valley. And there are a lot of farmers in that area. So yes, they are prone to flooding in where they are situated.
So those residents from Anon Town listening to us this morning and who are under the pressure, Mayor Williams, what are you saying directly to them?
Well, I would have expected that based on the discussion that I would have been having with the councillor and the Member of Parliament, as I said from last Friday. They know their landscape. They know the area that they are living in, so they would have moved out of the immediate area to other areas where they would be fine until the water, or until we have gone through this challenges that we're facing now.
And Mayor, what are you hearing from your other colleagues there in the municipality? For example, Winston Mirage over in Rocky Point Division, in relation to Rocky Point as well as Portland Cottage, a status report on those areas.
Well, I have been in that area myself since Thursday with Minister Charles and Mirage himself, Councillor Mirage. We would have tried assiduously to make sure that we persuade the residents in that area to move out. We were getting stiff resistance, but yesterday when that we would have had 3 JUTC buses in the space at our disposal, and I must commend the drivers of the JUTC buses, because as the political directorate, we as the political directorate, the bus drivers are also joining in helping us to persuade the citizens in those areas to move to higher ground. We were able to do a better job yesterday. And so a number we have, I think it was about 254 persons at Very Technical High School. We have 70 at Mitchell Town School, and 59 up to late last night at the Bustamante High School. So they had responded late yesterday afternoon. I am not sure what can happen today, because we have been pounding since last night by heavy wind and rain. So we'll get an update later on this morning or shortly as it relates to what is happening. And the tide is rising down in that area from early yesterday afternoon.
Any other report about flooding anywhere else in the municipality?
Not at the moment. What I have is that we have lost electricity in a number of areas across the hilly terrain of the parish. Janesville and Baghole itself, in Anon Town, they have no electricity at this point in time. But there are a number of areas. In Osborne Store, we have lost a 4-bedroom house early this morning.
What do you mean by you lost the house?
burnt down.
How?
I haven't had the details yet. I just got a message that a 4-bedroom house was burnt down in there last night.
The occupants escaped unscathed, though.
Right. Yes,
okay.
They have. They have.
There are some major, some big chicken coops in your in Clarendon.
In that area.
Yes.
Down in that area. Yes.
Any report from the farmers of any losses just yet?
No, not as yet. I will be able to give you a full update by around mid-morning, by 10:30. So, as we I made contact with RADA and the other agencies that would have responsibility in overseeing those entities. So yes, I will get some updates on those, and I will pass them on to you later on.
Don't go anywhere. Stay where you are, because it's a good time to pivot to the Agriculture Minister, MP for Southwest St. Elizabeth, who's online with us. Floyd Green, are you there?
Yes, morning, John.
Morning again. Just hold the line. Was just checking that you were there. Going to take a break and come right back. This is Nationwide This Morning, front page.
Give up every illegal gun. Call the police at 119 or Crime Stop at 311. The time by the Ministry of National Security is
7:34.
Visit Marshall's Pharmacy, Greater Portmore, for all your prescription needs, gifts, personal care, household and stationery items. The temperature by Marshall's Pharmacy, Greater Portmore is
26 degrees Celsius in Kingston, 27 degrees Celsius in Montego Bay, 22 degrees Celsius in Mandeville.
For all your electrical needs, visit ABC Electrical Sales. They stock a wide variety of electrical supplies, including plugs, switches, panel boards, and conduits, plus energy-saving fixtures. ABC Electrical Sales stocks brands like GE, Siemens, Philips, Cutler Hammer, and Allen Bradley. They also offer free island-wide delivery just to suit your needs. Visit them at Shop 8, Hagley Park Plaza, Kingston 10, or call 876-754-3714-5 or 876-754-3825-8. ABC Electrical Sales, for a better choice in the electrical business.
Need a little extra this Christmas? Infinity Cooperative Credit Union has the solution with our Infinity Merry Money promotion. Whether it's sprucing up your home, upgrading your car, or covering holiday expenses, we've got you. From October 10 to December 15, borrow $500,000 or more and you can be entered to win your share of $500,000 in cash prizes. Get the money you need and make your Christmas truly merry with Infinity Merry Money promotion. Conditions apply. Authorized under Section 58.3 of the Betting, Gaming and Lotteries Act.
Welcome back to Nationwide This Morning. You're tuned in to the front page, our discussion segment tracking Hurricane Melissa. On the line now joining us is the Member of Parliament for Southwest St. Elizabeth, Floyd Green. He's also the Minister of Agriculture, Fisheries and Mining. Good morning to you.
Morning, Toronto. Morning, George.
What is the latest in your constituency, by extension the rest of St. Elizabeth, this morning?
Clearly the information so far isn't good. It's been raining consistently from last night with on and off high gusts of wind. We've had some reports of water level rising in parts of Crawford, Galleon, Black River, Holland. I only going to start to say reports of flooding, but based on the amount of rain that has consistently fallen, I would say that a lot of our flood-prone areas throughout the parish would be under threat now of flooding. But there's a lot of rain, a lot of wind, but in gusts since last night.
Mm-hmm. And give us an update as well, MP Green, on the shelters. Persons in those areas you considered vulnerable, you're asking to evacuate or provided assistance for them to move from those areas. What's the update on the numbers in the shelters?
Based on my last check, we had over 300 in shelters across St. Elizabeth. which is a big increase from Hurricane Beryl. I think in total for Hurricane Beryl we had about 100 people. In my own constituency we had about 188. I haven't gotten the updated numbers since morning. That was the last numbers going into late last night. But I know based on people reaching out to me that some people have left their houses last night and have relocated to the shelter. So I do expect that that number would have gone up. A number of them have come from some of the areas where we targeted, especially Parati and some of the Galleon area and Billy's Bay. I know a number of people relocated there. Again, unfortunately, in some areas people did not relocate, and then in some areas people took the strategy, which is fine, of going to family that is on higher ground. Right? Clearly our biggest fear now is our coastal communities, and you know my constituency borders the sea, so
yes.
Everything from Great Bay all the way down to Galleon Beach border, and then that would extend over into Westmoreland to White House. All of that, based on this trajectory now, appears it will have significant storm surges. The Minister of Health would have indicated that they did some moves at the Black River Hospital. Again, the Black River Hospital is by the sea, so they would have evacuated the lower floors and moved people to the higher floors. Thankfully, we did have a project last year which built a seawall about 12 feet, but we are hearing now storm surges around 13 feet. So I guess we will see how the wall stands up to that. But thankfully, we had put that in place. Looking at the Beryl experience, we had done that project.
And what are you hearing this morning from your constituents as we look at the projections, the current tracking there, with landfall expected on the border of St. Elizabeth and Westmoreland?
More than hearing, Ton, I want to say to those of them who are listening is to do not resist the urge to venture out to see what is happening. Right, I've had a number of outreach this morning. Clearly, people would have spent the night inside, and now people, you know, are saying, boy, you know, MP, I want to go look and see. And I say, no, the worst is yet to come. What we have been getting thus far are still not the core, are still the outer bands. But it does appear that we in St. Elizabeth, parts of Westmoreland, will get the full force of the core over the next few hours. So, again, I put out some advice in terms of people ensuring that they have a safe room in their house. If the roof goes somewhere that the family can go to ensure that they don't try and move around too much, because we do expect to get significant winds. We're talking about 175 mile per hour winds with higher gusts. Right? So right now the focus has to be on preservation of life. Right? Clearly the emergency center is up and running, and that number is 876-965-2740. For people who need to contact the emergency center, the reality is that movement because of downed trees we expect will be very challenging over the next few hours. Right? And hence we have been saying to people, relocate to the shelters early so that you don't have a difficulty when you need to relocate. But as it is now, we just have to stay safe, focus on the preservation of life, and try to make it through the storm.
Mayor Williams, your emergency numbers for those Clarendonians who may need some assistance pronto.
986-2234, 2234.
986. Go again. So go again.
986-2234, 2216.
2234 and 2216.
Right, and of course my mobile number is 582-0967.
Give that again.
My mobile number is 5820967.
0967. So, Mayor, the immediate concern now is everybody's talking about Ainantown after that image of the waters just gushing through the neighborhood like normal, which of course is not normal. And you say that the councillor and the disaster coordination team in the municipality and in the parish broadly, they are aware of they were aware of the vulnerabilities, and so there are efforts being made at this time to render assistance to those who may be hardest hit in the community. That's the word this morning.
Right. We would have given, myself and the CEO would have given directives to the Member of Parliament, and the Council would have pre-positioned some supply, what they need to do, because we are expecting that area would be cutting off. So we did that before. And we will get a further update I'll get an update from Wavell and the councillor this morning.
Hear you on that. Thank you for your time this morning, Mayor. All the best.
Thank you very much for having me.
Chairman of the Clarendon Municipal Corporation and Mayor of Maypen, Joel Williams. Minister, I know home is where the heart is, and it sounds as if, what's happening in St. Elizabeth is heavy. He's gone.
Got disconnected.
Yeah, got disconnected. We're going to try to reconnect because I want to hear from him other parts of Western and Central Jamaica where farmers are concerned. If RADA has been saying, well, Minister, these are the reports of damage here and there already, and as he keeps repeating, and he's very right to repeat it, the worst is still to come because the eye is crawling ominously, looming dangerously. Well, looming means dangerous movement, right? It's looming, yeah? And the any damage so far is going to have to be multiplied by a significant factor to put in proper context what is likely to happen when the center of this hurricane makes landfall. Yeah? Minister, are you back? Good morning again. Hello? Not hearing him. All right, Damien, let's take the break now and see if we can make the connection clean and come right back. This is the Front Page Nationwide this morning.
Original, spicy, or barbecue. This is a normal sandwich. A Bird Shack fried chicken bring the best. Hot, crispy, juicy. Best chicken sandwich ever. Come get yours in Montego Bay and Ocho Rios.
The time brought to you by Bird Shack Fried Chicken is
7:45.
At Hawkeye, our mission is to deliver cutting-edge security solutions to help you keep track of the things you value most.
The temperature by Hawkeye is
26 degrees Celsius in Kingston, 27 degrees Celsius in Montego Bay, 22 degrees Celsius in Mandeville.
Every school is free of unhealthy, ultra-processed products. You know, those high in salt, fats, and sugar. If only that weren't a dream. The reality is that many children have an unhealthy diet at school, and 23% of them are overweight or obese. This can lead to hypertension, heart disease, and type 2 diabetes. Let's protect our children's right to health with a policy for schools that prevents unhealthy food marketing and ensures access to nutritious foods. The time is now. Let's implement the National School Nutrition Policy. A message from the Heart Foundation of Jamaica and partners.
It's the Answers Big 50% off store-wide sale. Get 50% off from Answers Gifts and Home Center and Answers for Children. Get 50% off in every store from now till Saturday, November 1st. Answers Big 50% off store-wide sale.
Welcome back to Nationwide this morning, 7:47. Did we get the connection with the Agriculture Minister restored? Minister Green? Okay, good. Minister, morning again.
Morning.
Yeah. As I was saying, when I don't think you were hearing me, that, understandably, home is where the heart is because of the things happening in St. Elizabeth Parish and especially in Southwest for you. But you wear many hats. And what's the report you've been getting from your team, RADA, and others about the situation where farmers are concerned in parts of St. Elizabeth, not just Southwest, and Manchester as well as Clarendon, or any reports across the western side of the island?
So the reports are fairly consistent in relation to the amount of rain that a number of our parishes have been seeing, especially that St. Elizabeth, Clarendon, Manchester belt. But all over, we've had consistent rain, apparently throughout the island, even Kingston, St. Andrew, and then gusts across, Portland, St. Thomas. So what that means is that, one, based on the reports thus far, a wide array of farmers are being negatively impacted, right? In some of our flood-prone zones, they've already started to report flooding, like Inantown. Inantown is a major farming belt for us, right, with everything from vegetable lines to coffee, right? And so anytime they flood, we normally see significant losses to the farmers there, right? We've already started to get reports from our banana and plantain farmers who are saying that a number of their trees are down, right? And this is just based on what we know are just over the outer gusts. So we do expect that those reports will escalate over time. We are paying a keen eye out to our poultry farmers, not many reports as yet, but every time we have a significant flood or wind event, then they are very susceptible, especially to our small and medium-sized poultry farmers who oftentimes their houses that they house their chickens are not as sturdy as our more commercial farmers. So what we're hearing thus far, still early days, but definitely we're going to have a significant negative impact on the agricultural sector, and it will be much more broad-based than Hurricane Beryl. I think no parish will be spared in terms of losses that they will suffer.
Mm-hmm. Any word from the coffeemen in the hills?
Not as yet. Not as yet. Thankfully, we did hear a number of them say that they were going to harvest what they could, which was a part of our protocol. And we were at that time when a number of them would have been able to harvest. And I'm very sure that the buyers would have put systems in place to ensure that once harvested, they could take from them. Right? But one of the challenges that we normally have, I haven't had any reports yet, but one of the challenges that we expect is land slippage in that area, right, which then makes it very hard to get to them and very hard for them to get to their fields to do any sort of salvage work. Right? So, again, we are watching all our systems are operational in terms of how other teams are trying to get the information, but as you can imagine, we've now started to see electricity go down. Almost all of St. Elizabeth, I think, is now out of electricity. And I think a significant part of Westmoreland is also now out of electricity. And we expect that as the hurricane progresses, more areas will not have electricity, so reporting becomes a little bit challenging. And we'll probably not get a clear picture until Thursday.
Yeah, there was one farmer I spoke to yesterday from St. Elizabeth who said the tragedy for her was that she had just put in some cabbage. I think she said 500, and she was going to lose everything. And she said her tomato, she had a lot of tomato. She said she was just finding a couple to harvest, and everything was coming to perfection, as the farmers say, and everything is going or gone. And I'm sure that's the reality from many of our farmers.
Yeah, it's one of the worst possible times for a hurricane to come in relation to agriculture. And why is that? Normally when the drought gets very bad around July, August, farmers ease off. right? Because it's just very difficult to bring crops to fruition, especially if you're a rain-fed farmer. And normally, they capitalize on the October rains, September, October rains to start planting out again. If you follow this cycle for a lot of our vegetable crops, that will either bring you to catch a good crop early into the Christmas, where the price is still very good because demand has started to rise and a lot of the crops have not come in, or it gets you to catch Christmas, which in general is a high demand time. So a lot of our farmers, you would hear, have crops that are not mature as yet, that they have just put in the ground, and as such would have spent a lot of money in terms of land preparation, in terms of seed, early fertilization. So, we do expect that we will see a significant amount of losses. For those who have been able to harvest, they have tried their best, but again, some of the crops are just coming to maturity now to catch what is normally good prices in November. So it's a difficult time for our farmers, George, but as I said to them, we suffered a major setback in Hurricane Beryl, about $7 billion. We were able to, through some of the insurance instruments that the government put in, we were able to respond and to try and help our farmers get back up and running. And we had returned to pre-Beryl levels, right, this year, which is a tremendous feat. This one is going to be more challenging. As I say to the farmers, the most important thing is to preserve life so that we can be there to work together to bring us back and beyond from where we're coming.
Hear you on that. Thank you this morning for your time, sir.
Anytime, thanks.
All right.
And you all keep safe.
Yeah, man. We are watching out. Thank you very much for that. Thank you very much. Yes, the Member of Parliament for South West St. Elizabeth, the Minister of Agriculture, Fisheries and Mining, and heavy is his the responsibility is on his shoulders, Tona, because he has a huge constituency that is set to be devastated, and it's not overstating the thing. People just look at the modeling, look at the track of
Treasure Beach,
Hurricane Melissa.
Black River.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
it's going to be bad. And
he has so many different, what would I say now, sectors of constituents, because he has the farmers. That's a farming belt, George. He also has the business community. So many of the businesses, as you were describing yesterday, are on the coast.
Yes.
A lot of the restaurants, little cottages and
bed and breakfast,
bars are right there on the seaside. And he has his regular constituents, the working class people who their homes were damaged last year, some of them destroyed. And here we are again, where the people of Southwest St. Elizabeth by extension, are in the path of another hurricane. This one now more major than we've ever experienced in Jamaica before.
And my friend I was telling you about, who lives in Southeast St. Elizabeth, one of the island's finest physiotherapists, she says that physically I'm fine, the house is holding up. They lost their roof in Beryl, but she said the house is holding up, my parents are fine, mentally I'm dying. George, it's rough when you think the breeze can't get any stronger. She changed gear, but so far all the roofs I can glimpse in the community seem to be holding on. All had gone in Beryl, so they are new. Imagine one community where every roof blew off.
Yeah,
that's what happened. So, but she says that so far everything seems intact because all the roofs are new. And she said, boy, it's just the grace of God now, because when it comes directly, who knows if the roofs will stand up.
And it's interesting how Beryl has guided people in St. Elizabeth about their construction. A lot of people in St. Elizabeth switched, George, from zinc roof to deck because of what they experienced in the hurricane last year. But I tell you, I am sitting here, but my heart is in St. Elizabeth.
We know.
Because I'm also thinking about my parents.
Yes.
They live on a peak.
Yes.
And up there, they're looking out at the Mud Lake, that's Alpart, yes. And then to the other side, they're looking over at the windmills up there in Manchester, and it's just them up there. I mean, they're trees to the back, but to the front, they're naked.
Open.
Yeah, they're open. I mean, they've done as much as they can, but I can tell you that in 2004 in Ivan, half of the roof went. And then indeed, the entire thing went.
What?
I mean, when we went back upstairs, we're looking up in God's blue skies.
Yes.
So, they've done a bit of adjusting as well. Some deck, some round topping, some hurricane strapping in 360 and all of that. Hoping that, it held in Beryl. We're hoping that this time around, we're in for quite a rough ride with this one. But we're hoping that it will hold for Category 5 Melissa as well.
Diana McLaughlin in the chat, Tona says, I'm a beekeeper in St. Elizabeth, and I'm dreading the scenario of a massive loss. I have over 200 colonies of bees.
Wow.
Oh my, what? Breeze and bees is just the worst thing. The only thing bees afraid of more than breeze is smoke. Yeah, and
I'm not an expert on this. Can they be moved inside the
I don't think so.
What
no,
they're
no, no.
in?
No, the apiary for the bees, the aviary for the birds, right? I don't think you can do anything. You'd have to batten it up in an enclosure, lock it up in something almost like a tornado style kind of thing, but no. So she's fearing the worst.
Because I've seen people do that, not with the bees, but their chickens.
Yeah, you can't carry bees inside.
Jamaicans, George, have taken their chickens inside.
Yeah, man, I've seen that.
I see a back room, a lot of sawdust.
Yeah, man, fall in there.
And they fall them in there.
Yeah. Just looking through again, somebody's asking if Floyd has a state minister. Yeah, man, wasn't Frank Ray appointed state minister?
Yes.
Yes, he was.
Yes.
But he has his hands full in Southeast St. Elizabeth because the picture isn't pretty at all in his neck of the woods. He has people that he needs to ferry to shelter, and roofs gone already, all sorts of problems. So the two gentlemen in the southern part of St. Elizabeth, they're meeting it, and more than them, the people are meeting it, and we have to think about them. And those of you in Kingston who look around and you see a few leaves and you say, sure, believe me, this is not even part of the story. And Melissa has not made landfall just yet. I keep repeating that. She's on her way, and she's already causing serious damage. We're going to break for Across Jamaica at 8, and then we pick up afterwards, trying to get some more perspectives. We're trying to get the men and women who are in the center of this fight for you, the mayors, the members of parliament in the vulnerable constituencies, and the disaster coordinators. We're trying to get all those people for you this morning to give you a sense of what's happening in the country. All right? Front Page was brought to you today by ABC Electrical Sales, for a better choice in the electrical business.
When you want the food shell and make the rice well, just give me me Kendall. Well, it's all Kendel. Give me Kendall.
Another quality product from the CariMed Group.
Just give me Kendall.
The time by Kendall Foods, the taste of quality, is
8 o'clock.
Success, powered by learning. The temperature, brought to you by Sandals Corporate University. Come grow with us, is
26 degrees Celsius in capital city Kingston, 27 out west in Montego Bay, and in Mandeville, 22 degrees Celsius.
From the mountainside to seaside, countryside to townside, inside and outside, it's Across Jamaica this morning.
In Across Jamaica this Tuesday morning, the Jamaica Bankers Association says that some ABMs in specific locations have been temporarily decommissioned due to safety concerns. It did not disclose the locations of the affected machines. It says, however, that member institutions are monitoring conditions associated with Hurricane Melissa and will restore services as soon as it is safe to do so. In the meantime, the JBA is encouraging customers to continue to use online and mobile banking channels where possible. The association also says all member bank and building society branches will remain closed until conditions are confirmed safe to reopen. It also notes that call center and customer support availability may be limited and response times extended while the weather conditions persist. JBA says the moves are part of precautions implemented for the passage of Hurricane Melissa. The association made the announcement in a release to the media Monday evening. The Bamboo River drain in Morant Bay, St. Thomas is among major channels cleared as the parish readies for Hurricane Melissa. Chief Engineering Officer at the St. Thomas Municipal Corporation, Adele Felix, says with the parish already experiencing rainfall associated with the system, the corporation has been mobilizing its team to respond to any issues. He says all roadways are clear and there has been no flooding reported. He says shelters across the parish are open and occupied. Mr. Felix is appealing to residents to seek shelter even if they do not live in a flood-prone or low-lying area, but feel that their house is not strong enough to weather the hurricane. 2 men were shot and killed in Spanish Town, St. Catherine on Monday as Hurricane Melissa bore down in the island. The shooting took place on William Street in the Old Capital. The victims have been identified as 22-year-old Jawan Graham of William Street and 25-year-old Tafawa Smith of Tavern Avenue in St. Andrew. No other details of the deadly attack are known at this time. Finally, across Jamaica this Tuesday morning, an elderly man who was missing for a week has been found dead. He is identified as 82-year-old Asher Perrin. Perrin was reported missing on Saturday, October 18. His body was found in a gully at Lances River, Lucy, Hanover last Sunday, October 26. The Lucy police report that residents detected a foul odor and upon making checks, discovered the body in the gully around 3:45 p.m. The lawmen say the body was in a state of decomposition. The investigations are ongoing. And that's it for Across Jamaica for this Tuesday morning. I'm Tawna Thomas.
Looking for a gym that's got it all? Welcome to Express Fitness, where fitness meets convenience. With 24/7 access, you can work out whenever it suits you. And with island-wide locations, we're always close by anywhere and anytime. Love classes? We've got them. From aerobics to dance to spin, you name it, we've got it. Our certified trainers are here to take you on a journey. Call us at 888-FITNESS or visit our website at expressfitnessja.com. Express Fitness, your goal or mission.
Are you ready to turn your sales and marketing skills into high earnings? Nationwide 90FM is searching for business development executives to help us grow our business and build lasting client relationships. If you have experience across all stages of the sales cycle and possess strong communication, negotiation, and time management skills with a proven sales track record, this opportunity is perfect for you. Join our team and work with the top corporate brands, media agencies, and of course, our on-air personalities. Enjoy networking opportunities, professional growth, and competitive commissions. Ready to take the next step? Send your resume to hr@nationwidenewsnetwork.com today.
It's hard-hitting. It's riveting. It's the much-talked-about cover story during Nationwide at 5. Here Cliff Hughes get to the heart of the story of the day. Cover Story, aired 5:30 weekdays during Nationwide at 5. Nationwide at 5. Talk radio at its best. Cover Story.
Cover Story is brought to you by JTA Credit Union, serving our members, impacting lives positively.
Multilink, roll with control. Use Multilink, safe, fast, and accepted in more locations.
Welcome back.
I almost said 808 Heartbreaks. Kanye West.
Yes.
When he was okay. Yeah, when he was okay.
Thank you for the laugh. Welcome back to Nationwide this morning. You are tuned in to our Tracking Hurricane Melissa coverage, and we should tell you, our listeners, that another special press briefing on Hurricane Melissa is coming up at 9:30 this morning. 9:30 this morning, the Minister of Information, Dr. Dana Morris Dixon, she will anchor that coverage, and we are seeing on the listing here to make an appearance and give us some updates about what's happening. Of course, representatives from the Meteorological Service of Jamaica, led by Evan Thompson, the Minister of Local Government and Community Development, Desmond McKenzie, will also be there, and representatives from the Office of Disaster Preparedness and Emergency Management, ODPEM. So another special press briefing. You're used to these now, happen daily, and especially on this day, landfall day for Hurricane Melissa. That press briefing coming up at 9:30 this morning. I see Claudia Keldo in the chat saying, "Morning, everyone. Most of my family is in South Manchester. My parents are both over 70 years old, and from yesterday the power has been on and off, and now I can't get anyone down there. I pray everyone is doing okay."
Yeah. I want to play, I just sent a video to Michelle, our producer, to play, because I want to give people a sense of what is looming for the people in St. Elizabeth and Manchester. Not to frighten anybody, but just to give you information.
Mm-hmm.
Based on the bulletin, the most recent bulletin, which we had in our, beg your pardon, our 6 o'clock and 7 o'clock news.
Yes.
Melissa is packing winds of what? 165 miles per hour? Is that what we had?
I think we had up to 175 miles per hour.
There you go, 175. And I just want to show what we're talking about in context. A car crashes at a certain speed, and what happens to the motor vehicle. So tell me when you're ready, Michelle, because I just want people to understand, why is it that the authorities have been so keen on getting people to obey the evacuation orders, those especially in the most vulnerable areas. All of the area, all of the parish, the coastal side is vulnerable, but some more vulnerable than others. So all of those you heard Minister talk about, from Great Bay up to a certain point, Treasure Beach, all of those places, highly vulnerable, and the communities are listed. This is the reason for the evacuation order. Just watch this. So it's an image of a car crashing at various speeds. Yeah? And the last one you'll see. So this is not that right. So 80 miles per hour. 120. Look at 120. Look at 160. Yeah? 200 miles per hour. The point I'm making is this. The wind, that's how hard the wind is going to be. The breeze associated with Hurricane Melissa. So it's not play thing. Your house may be blown off its foundation, and it's not exaggerating it. That's what the Met Service says Melissa is packing. So for those of you who are still in those vulnerable areas, who are saying you're going to ride this out because you've seen storms before, you ain't never seen anything like this. And that is why you hear the voice of the people we speak to, the Floyd Greens and the disaster coordinators and the Desmond McKenzies of this world. The voice sound heavy. I'm not tired, them tired. They just know the foreboding of what Melissa can do. That is why they sound the way they do. It is extremely serious. And I know that today, many people around the corporate area are going to be outside with them rum special and them cup and playing music and winding up and dancing and say with storm, with the top of storm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? While other people in the country are suffering. It's almost a non-human thing to be doing. Yeah? They're making light of a situation where their brothers and sisters, yeah, some of them,
yeah,
who are, I see, jumping up and making all kind of videos in the streets and everything, partying. Yes? They are the ones who depend on the farmers in Manchester and St. Elizabeth for the goods they sell.
Mm-hmm.
So the farmer them blow down, what you gonna have to do your business? You don't have no other skill at this time.
Mm-hmm.
So a little empathy will go a long way. And these things, the reason I'm complaining about it, these things are something like this. It weakens the national unity you want at this time. Because make no mistake, unless something dramatic happens where a change in the trajectory is concerned, Melissa is taking dead aim for St. Elizabeth and Manchester. And then the winds are so strong that everywhere on the island will feel them. But those two parishes are in the line of fire directly. You look through the crosshairs of Melissa, at the center, St. Elizabeth and Manchester. That's how starkly I can put it this morning. The warnings to take heed, obey them.
And if you are in St. Elizabeth, Manchester, other sections of the island, do give us a call. Let us know what's happening in your area. The number is 630-9371, 630-9372, 630-9373, and 630-9374. You can also call 618-6730. Going to take a break and come back with your calls and your engagement in the YouTube chat area.
Are you living with HIV? It's time to access treatment, get back to business, and begin your path to a brighter, healthier future. The time brought to you by Jamaica AIDS Support for Life is
8:15.
Fontana Pharmacy has a wide variety of items from pharmaceuticals, household, cosmetics, toys, and more. The temperature by Fontana Pharmacy, it's all good inside, is
28 degrees Celsius in Kingston, 27 degrees Celsius in Montego Bay, 23 degrees Celsius in Mandeville.
Welcome back to Nationwide, this morning's coverage tracking Hurricane Melissa. Alric, good morning. Alric?
Morning, Tana.
Good morning, Alric. Doing as well as can.
Well, Tana, I can look outside. Breeze and rain from last night.
So, very low visibility.
Outside now. The trees are swaying. It's lashing like hell. So, I don't know. We don't have any current, so we can't follow anything. What time is supposed to touch down?
Well, based on the tracking right now, perhaps about mid-morning, going up to midday. Somewhere around there.
So if you get a call from your family, you'll know the trees are swaying, it's raining, and the breeze is blowing, Tana. So I just looking through the window.
And no electricity from last night, you said, Ari?
Yeah, from 3:30 this morning. It went all day yesterday and came back 7:16. And then it went 3:30 this morning again.
Have you been able to speak with the other residents or neighboring communities and hear what's happening in their neck of the woods?
Well, I've spoken to a couple of my neighbors on the phone. Well, we're in the same position. I've spoken to Papa Nana. It's raining like hell out where he is, and my friends in Mandeville say it's raining up there, but it's not as bad as us down here, and they haven't got any current either. The two that I spoke with in Mandeville, there's no current where they are.
Yes.
And I've spoken to Carl. Carl lives out in Clarendon. Carl has no current either. Papa Nana has no current, and it's raining. And my neighbors, well, in this vicinity, there's no current since 3:30 this morning, right over to Ballard Valley, right through. So that's it, guys.
And please stay put, keep safe, stay warm and dry, Alric.
Yeah, I'm dry and I'm trying to. So you guys continue doing what you're doing and we'll talk.
All right, Alric.
All right then, good.
I'm seeing Craig Allen here in the chat saying northeast is having a lot of rain and breeze from yesterday. Cindy Lynch says, my mom is 85 years old and living alone. And Cindy says, Lord, be merciful. Yeah, so as much as you can, Cindy, and hopefully the connection stays strong, that you can stay in touch with your mom.
You know, I'm looking at the forecast track of Melissa here, a live Zoom Earth map. And what's funny is that it is, by the time it gets to us, makes landfall at about 11 this morning, it will still be a category 5. But by 11 p.m. today, 12 hours later, it is said to be a category 4. By 11 p.m. on October 30, it's set to weaken to a category 1. So it's like it is just bubbling to the boil, and it's going boil in Jamaica and then peter out after that.
Yes.
We are getting the wind reading of there are up to today there were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. There have been 13 wind readings about the tracking of the movement of Melissa between October 26 and today. The wind is at its most powerful today when it is set to hit Jamaica. Yeah, 285 kilometers per hour is what the winds should be packing by the time it makes landfall. It should be 270, just weakening just so right now it's 285 kilometers per hour winds, the strongest winds associated with Melissa. By the time it hits us at 11, it should be 270 kilometers, and then it's projected to drop significantly. By November 1, Melissa's winds will be 95 kilometers per hour. By October 30, it's dropping to 150, significantly lower than the 270 it is expected to hit us at. So everything just it's like, I don't know, we're getting everything one time, and then immediately after us it will just lose its punch.
I see here one of our listeners saying there's no electricity since last night in northeast Manchester, and the listener says, thank God for radio, I can keep in touch with you guys. And the listener says it's really, really rough outside, unexplainable.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think we have Miss Williams online. Good morning, Miss Williams. Miss Williams? Hello? Hello? Okay, I think we lost her.
Sharon Bless here saying, Tana, I didn't get to sleep at all. I was tracking Melissa. She made some woos last night. Sharon says, I pray right through for the Lord to soften Melissa's speed and power. You're bigger than her, Sharon is saying. So Sharon praying for us and her country at this time.
We have Babsy online. Babsy Grange.
No, not Babsy Grange.
Morning, Babsy. How you do?
Morning, my George.
Where you there and what's happening?
South Manchester, me them my George.
We're in South Manchester, precisely.
Civic Field.
Yes. What's happening?
Lord, man, yesterday was mashed up building, all right. Now, you don't fix it on my George.
The house mash up in a bird and you don't fix it back yet?
No, because they try to put in a hip pack, so then they have 2 bedroom and 1 bathroom. And right now, the whole of this room is in underwater.
Flood out?
My husband has to sweep up water the whole night. We have to put towel all over the wall, sweat me, and rush back to put the bed again, my God.
Jeez and peas.
Right now, see my wipe water the whole hour, so I not even want to see out the door.
Yes.
I want to look out the door, my God, we are going down here.
So you don't get no ease from the rain for how long now?
Try to see the whole day in a bed, I have to make the husband go near out the window, the cold tube, everything blew off up a cold tube. I don't know if they ended up there.
What? How many chickens you had in the coop?
We just say 20 in there.
Oh, well, that's still 20. That's still a livelihood, that. So,
yes,
in the community, who else struggling with roof damage?
Right now, we don't know because you inside the house and we can't come out.
You have light?
No, man, I really don't see no light down here, so because light no reach down here, so no, my God.
Oh.
I really don't hear me come from, my husband come from, me up, Samantown, me come from.
Samantown?
Yes, I see South Manchester, but my house is Samantown, but my house is hip top. So not never happened to it when Berry come. But we down here, this house, a 10 apartment house, and the whole of it must up Margaret and Gilbert.
From Beryl. So it's just you and your husband alone?
Yes.
So how do you go manage? Because if you say my bail out water now and the center.
Because we take out the stove out of the kitchen, put it in the bedroom, everything in here, so.
You can't call for little help you know, move the thing them to somewhere else or something?
No, my God, look here. The whole around the place now, full of water, and we don't have nowhere to put the cars. The whole of the inside market down and then the sister of America try to fix up it, but the board them there. So
yeah.
That a little shop here because she one and a 10 apartment house.
Yes.
So me come down here now, and if you never come, I think we'll have to go out to a friend yard.
So, but you can't cook given the conditions in the house or anything like that?
Can we put the stove in our bedroom?
Stove in the bedroom?
Yes, man. We can have it packed up in here so we can go bathroom. We have to use something in here so we can't go in there.
Lord have mercy.
So how is the water getting in, Babsy?
The water is through the rest of it as zinc. You see, we have a passage where the water runs off of the zinc and comes down and so nail hole and then it runs. And I pass it and turn in at the deck in the ground. So that's why the deck in a wet, the deck in a soap because the deck no render yet.
Yes.
Soap. When you're looking at the house, a pure sweat in the bed, the water from the wall and sweat. Logic. And you can't think that because I have high blood pressure, I have sugar, I have everything.
Did you not sleep last night, Babsy?
Me sleep in my God. Me don't know when me sleep, but every week me see my husband and my wife up water. If you lift the palace outside, the breeze out there bad out there.
Yes. So, but Babsy, the worst ain't not committing, so you going to manage?
Lord God Almighty.
Lord of mercy. No, man, you sure you can't call some help? You can't call the disaster coordinators from the parish council?
Master, not even we have one power bank right now. We still run out. Our charge and the phone to run out. So if we want them to, we need to.
Well, listen, save up a charge. See, you must call somebody, man, because you can't stay in that condition every 24 more hours. And this thing, I go leak about 11 o'clock this morning.
So which part
So you just believe they just have to just stay there and just hope for the best?
No, master, but not now what happened to the decking.
Right, you just have to contend with the water.
Yes.
You're going to have to bail out water right throughout.
All the way up here, we keep out the water, we start with it. We don't go over the other side of the house, we just in here, so.
Well, all right.
And then once you wipe the water, just like the water and keep out the water.
You have a hard task on your hand. See if some of your strength and help him bail out the water too.
Me, they can't go to my God, they can't take it.
Boy, I love how you in a good spirit with the way you're facing them, boy, I tell you.
My God, they can't go to them and cry.
That's right,
yeah.
That's right. Well,
pray to God.
Yes. How far is the nearest neighbor from you?
No, we don't have no neighbor here. We don't have one sister have one different house. One upstairs and downstairs house. But she say we can go up the last year when Berry didn't go up there. But she knows that we had the decking now. She say we go up there.
But you might have to go up there, you know, Babsy?
My God, you can't go up there, you know, because the tree we drop out, we have anything. All the last time we have got the most we blow in our time.
Just Christ. I don't know if I tell you this morning. Look, as you say, as Tana said, just continue to bail out water then.
That's what I do, man. That's what I do.
Boy, Babs, your spirit's good for somebody facing your predicament. Anyway, take care of this man and listen for as long as your battery lasts. You hear?
Yes, man, we have one. We're not full yet.
and Babsy, stay on the line and leave your phone number with our producer, Michelle, or our technical operator, Damien, okay?
About 20 minutes, we get the last year, we get the back this year again.
Yes.
Leave your number with the producer before you go, all right?
All right.
Thank you, Babsy. Boy, you hear that? In the face of disaster, she said, what am I going to do? If you sit down and cry, might as well just...
It's the country people where, you heard from Maisie yesterday.
Yeah.
Our roof gone.
Our things
car mash up. Things wet up.
But...
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do some business and come back.
Grace is giving shoppers discounts on over 20 of your favorite Grace products when you cash out at participating supermarkets.
The time by Grace could move is
8:28. We have East Central online. Morning, East Central. You hearing me?
Yes, man. Not loud but clear.
Yeah, you're not loud but clear. All right. What's happening? Where are you? What's happening?
Dumfries St. James in East Central St. James in the summer and division. I always cover these areas in and around the little circle.
So tell me what the conditions are down there, man.
Come on, I get to man. Why was the wind is higher than expectation? Basically, very higher than expectation. Like
No, the connection bad. Michelle, see if you can reconnect. Go on now. We're here, Go ahead now. No, the connection bad. The connection bad, unfortunately. What a thing this morning.
Yeah.
What a thing. Babsy says our husband had bailed out water from last night.
What to do? Listen, the good thing is that it seems she has a stable roof.
Yeah, man. She said the decking now go blow away.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So
and the house big.
Which
is the problem because it has enough, plenty areas to breach for the water to run through the nail hole and come down.
Yes.
Lord.
Set bucket, bail out water.
Mm-hmm. Mop up. The husband, poor him was tired.
Yeah.
From last night till now, and him no bail water yet.
And Babsy says she's afraid to face it.
No, so she says she have high blood pressure, high sugar, everything.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
What and still upbeat.
Yeah.
Yeah, the boy.
You have to keep that spirit.
Yeah.
You have to keep that spirit in these difficult times.
Mm-hmm. Let's Damon, give us another break now. We'll come back.
Do you have a consumer-related issue? Want to learn more about matters concerning you as a consumer? Well, keep it locked to Nationwide 90 FM for the Consumer Hour with me, Nora Gay Banton. Weekdays from 9 to 10 a.m. For all your consumer-centric matters, stay tuned to the Consumer Hour on Nationwide 90 FM, a revolution in media.
It's Monday, get over your blues. Or Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. The E-Zone is here for you. With this thing, Honeybee.
And Karim Boyatings
from 3 to 5 p.m. on Nationwide 90 FM.
We've got your entertainment news.
Then we want to hear your views. Why you say?
Jump in the mix.
Or the hot seat.
Don't miss our brain busters.
Or the crazy giveaways.
Let's talk fashion.
Send us your outfit of the day. Ooh, cutesy. Very demure.
Are you looking for love?
Come on one of our blind dates. Send your request to ezoneblindates@gmail.com. That's ezoneblindates@gmail.com.
And stay tuned for your confessions.
These are my confessions. Share them with us at ezonconfessions@yahoo.com. I mean, is this planet Earth?
Is it?
I don't know. Let me check. Either way, it's got a buzz.
And a bugger.
Ow. Ow.
Hi there. Here's some good news for these trying times. Quote, by God's word, I can see where I'm going. They throw a beam of light on my dark path. Unquote. Psalm 119, verse 105. Listen for God's word weekdays at 5:45 a.m. and 12:55 p.m. through
Oasis. Stop by for a refreshing drink and share a God perspective for the day.
Oasis. Weekdays 5:45 a.m. and 12:55 p.m. right here on Nationwide, a revolution in media.
The rebroadcast of the Oasis can be heard weekdays at 5:45 a.m.
the resilience of the Jamaican people shining through. Our fellow Jamaicans in Manchester and St. Elizabeth under the cosh this morning, but still seeing the glass as half full rather than half empty as the situation dictates. Damien Scarlett is roving for us. He's on the road. Morning, Damien. Where are you? What's the situation?
Morning again, George and Carl Anton to the listeners. We're just about completing this section of Portmore. What we have observed so far is that there are a number of power lines that are down, especially in the Hillshire community. The lines that are down are practically in the road, right? And so you can only drive on one side. And so maybe this is something that we can also note and to get our utilities company to make note of as well. So it's very dangerous, as the persons who are driving in these communities will have to look very carefully, because based on where it is at, it can cause damage if they're not paying close attention. Also, power has been out based on some of the residents, based on what they have said to us. As they have mentioned that they've been without power for a number of hours as well. Right.
Yeah.
We're seeing some residents here as well. They're telling us based on their experiences. It's a bit windy, as you can hear. We have two gentlemen here with us in the Hillshire community. Gentlemen, how has it been so far?
Well, the wind is strong, and it's a lot of rain. It will become stronger right now, the wind. This one is our experience.
Okay, but you and your family are safe, right?
Yeah, man, we put my there and watch the breeze and the rain. Just light down, water. Repeat the light because of the light post is dropped.
Okay, thank you for sharing that with us. But we have notified our newsroom and we'll get on it as well. Alright, so stay safe.
Yep.
Alright, so Georgia, you have it. There are some residents that are out and about. They're getting their supplies, it would seem, and storing the air and making sure that everything is okay.
Mm-hmm. Hear you on that. Thank you, Damien.
Yes.
Damien Scarlett out on the streets with Jamal Tucker doing some roving for us they were in the corporate area, and they have now gone to St. Catherine. They're in the political constituency of Fitzjackson, South St. Catherine. They'll be making their way across to Spanish Town eventually. 8:36 on this morning. The people are asking again, maybe some of them woke up late, Tana, when it is that Melissa is due to make landfall. And so we say again that Melissa is on track based on the hurricane tracker that we are watching, the live hurricane tracker, to be with us around about 11 o'clock. In fact, it would be making landfall earlier than that, but by 11 o'clock it should be halfway on its journey across the island. By, what is this now? Let me look at the map. Let me go further. Good. By 11 p.m. on Tuesday, it would have left us. The center would have passed long time, but the wind and the rain would still be with us. Yeah, and it will be, by the time it reaches the coast of Haiti, it will still be packing winds of about 220 kilometers per hour. That's about 11 p.m. tonight. So the long and short, in case you woke up late or you were doing something else.
Haiti or Cuba?
Beg your pardon, it is Santiago de Cuba, right? Haiti is to the right of the picture. It would be between Santiago, Bayamo, and Campechuela, around about 11 p.m. this evening, Cuba. And so the forecast track is taking it right across St. Elizabeth, Manchester. That's where the problem is. I see somebody in the chat saying that their relatives are telling them that the wind in Manchester, they've never experienced anything like this before. It is unprecedented in its strength. I see Oral Wallace Campbell in the chat saying strong winds and heavy rains are blasting bamboo in St. Anne. Chris, I'm going to bite my tongue. Yes, Chris, good advice. Sonika Samuel says, good morning, George. No light and water in Seaview Gardens. SH says, Pear Tree Villas. Hope your villas can stand up to this hurricane. Weston Malcolm says, I'm in Brayton and we still have power. Well, good on you that you still have power. Go
I
ahead.
see Paul Taylor here saying that, he's traumatized, has been up since 2 this morning, and the breeze and rain, as he describes it, Aguanahuia in Spanish Town.
KTB Wello says, George, my relatives are in St. Bess. They say it's awful. Chris says no water in Greater Portmore. Lorna Davis says the wind is strong where I'm in Linston, but we have no internet. So your internet conk out. Look like you still have power. So, alright, you are better than several people. The JPS collected how many people yesterday? 30,000 they said they put back?
Indeed.
Yeah?
Yeah.
But the crucial thing from JPS is this. Unlike yesterday and today, when they were able to respond to individual cases, as the situation gets more dangerous,
Indeed.
they won't be able to send a response team because it's unsafe for the team. And if it's unsafe for the team, they can't reconnect you. So you're going to have to wait until
Yes.
conditions improve.
Yes, I see Edgar Gordon here saying the people in my area will soon lose electricity. The transformer pole is coming down right now. And then Edgar says there is no wind or rain at this time. Where are you, Edgar?
That may say. No wind, no rain.
Yeah, where are you?
Willow is online. Good morning, Willow.
Morning, George. Morning, Tana. What you do?
We good enough. How you do?
Well, me good enough because I only look at wind me I get now. Me get the whole of rain last night and things. So
where you there?
Me good. Me there right off Walton Park Road from Cambridge.
Okay. Okay.
Just below.
Willow?
That was wind.
And let the breeze strong, you know.
Yeah, man. No man in a strong. Drop the S, man. It's strong.
Yeah, man. Why, Melissa is a old woman, you know.
You think so?
Yes, man. You know, then George, you don't know why she takes so long for reach her.
No, tell me now.
Eh?
Tell me.
All right. You see, every time she come,
Yes.
she drop her walking stick.
Oh.
So she have to turn back for her walking stick. And every time she turn back for her walking stick, it take a little time.
Don't take man sit back joke.
Yeah, man. You know, that's why she takes so long. Because, you know, from when she write more letters, she come.
Oh gosh.
And when she says she come, me tell her, I say, boy, I tin things me have here, you know, tin mackerel, corned beef, tuna and them something. They say, she eat them something, yeah.
Yes.
Meaning she's a vegetarian.
Vegetarian.
Yeah.
So she want broccoli and cauliflower and them something there.
Exactly. So she have to go find it. Maybe that's why she turned gas in.
Oh boy, may I tell you. Well, thank you for the call this morning, Willow. Just stay safe, you and the family, sir.
All right, God.
Yeah, man. Willow calling us from off the Waltham Campus Boulevard area, near where Ramesh's headquarters are. In the chat,
Wilson
Yes.
is saying in central Manchester it's rough there, real bad. And I'm seeing as well Fitzroy Barrett is in Gregory Park in Portmore, and Fitzroy is saying no rain, neither wind, quite mild. Fitzroy is describing it over there.
yeah, I see Ken Ellis saying Passage Fort. That's in Portmore St. Catherine. No water, but light is here now. Somebody says they expect JPS to switch off the lights when the picture gets dangerous, when the situation gets dangerous, and it's best to turn it off and turn it on back when the worst has passed. Let's see if that happens. Somebody's talking about Moneague, saying Moneague has light. That one went in a flash. Doncaster is without power from last night. There was a loud bang, then nothing. That's from Linton Brown. Yeah.
And Howard Williams is saying that everything is good so far on his side in St. Catherine Treadways. So Howard Williams not having any issues over there in Treadways.
I see a lot of people from Portmore in this chat this morning, because I'm getting a report now from Anne-Marie Walker from Christian Gardens. Says, good morning, George. From yesterday, there is no light. So she has no light in Christian Gardens in Portmore St. Catherine. Just looking at some more here. Someone is asking, how is South Manchester? We just got a report from South Manchester, Eula Sherwood. Spoke to Babsy, who says, boy, the rain beat them bad. Yvette Garvey says, Cumberland, we have light and slight wind. Greater Portmore and Helcheside, breeze and rain picking up. Last night was horrible, says news commentator J.A. Yeah. Strong winds and rain in Longville Park, says Cordia Chambers Johnson. We still have internet and some people are without electricity. She says she still has light. I did say that Seaview Gardens, no light, no water over there. And Flatbridge, Annie Smith is reminding us. Well, there's no Flatbridge right at this time, Annie. You can't see it. Is just source of water there. All right. We're gonna take Bobby. Bobby, morning, Bobby.
Yes, good morning, my good friend George. Good morning, TT.
Morning to you, Bobby.
Where you calling from, Bob?
Yes, calling from the Ensom City Division. You know, the only thing we are experiencing from last night until now is heavy wind and rain and so on, but there's no major damage over here so far.
And you still have your utilities?
Yes, we still have, every now and then we have a surge, but we still have our utility, but I would encourage people that when they see a surge, they plug out all their appliances.
Yes.
You know, and so on. I just want to add a little teaser to the previous caller when he talk about Melissa is a old lady. Well, I get to understand that the reason why Melissa is coming directly to Jamaica, she get to understand that somebody in Jamaica has her partner. And she want her partner.
When you say partner, what do you mean?
Oh Lord, man, her fiancé.
Somebody have her fiancé, who that?
Well, I don't know, but she get to understand, say the person, there's a lady in Jamaica, have her fiancé, and she's coming to Jamaica for her fiancé.
So Melissa, come back for your man.
Yes. So I'm just urging that lady in Jamaica.
Release the man.
Who have Melissa, gentlemen, please give it to her because if she linger in Jamaica, a problem for it.
Release the man, Bobby. Is a request from me this morning. I tell you, Bobby, we have to do like Babsy down at South Manchester. We have to laugh because otherwise we're going mad.
Yeah, man, I true.
Respect this morning, man. Thank you for the call.
Okay, then.
All right, sir.
Who is the man?
Who is the man indeed? Cordia Chambers Johnson in Longville Park. She says it sounds like somebody is pounding on the back door of her house. Can you imagine? That's a wind, you know? Yeah. She said, yeah. Political wife style says my relatives in James Hill, Northern Clarendon, had light up to 1 hour ago, but then a tree fell on the light wire, so power is gone. Pamela Lodge says heavy rain in Santa Cruz, very heavy wind also. Educating says all know I can't sleep. The wind has been strong. JPS and mobile internet have held up. I'm between Ligani and Mona. Yeah, it never normal, you know that, but it, compared to the rest of the island, trust me, not much. Pierre Cherry Smallwood says Upper Stanmore, Red Hills, rain and strong winds, the concrete house shaking, no utilities at all. Tanya Miller says where I am in Sav, Westmoreland, we're getting a little rain and breeze. The electricity keeps going out and in along with the internet. Cherry Care says my husband said no electricity, breeze and rain in Hilltop community near Middle Quarters and Wise. I guess that's what Wise Falls. Yeah. Bull Savannah Degree says Bull Savannah already has berry level winds. Whoa. So yeah, it's a bad picture in several communities, several parts of the island. Browning Bia Gordon says my gate is pounding, but the wind can't take it down. You know, it's funny you say that. I saw a grill. It may have been a two-sided gate, a gate where you drive your car into your car porch. The breeze lift up the whole metal grill and dump it down one tree. Yes. I saw one. I think I sent Michelle the video. Yeah, man, the grill lift up out of the installation, just gone. Yep. So, yeah.
And is this Tanya Miller says... Boy, the banana trees are gone. I've seen several videos with the banana trees. Yeah, man. Gone. Crystal says no water in Seaview Gardens. Erica Smith, no light, no water, heavy rain and winds in Green Island.
KJW says off Washington Boulevard, my neighbor's pear trees on my wall. The wall is holding strong still. I hope it continues. News commentator says seems some areas in Greater Portmore and Hillshire are out of light, but some still have electricity. Spur Tree Homeaway Village says She was talking about politicians and the help that they should have given last year. Yvette Garvey says, my friend in St. Thomas said it's not raining, just a little windy. So you realize the eastern end, we're not getting much from Portland side, St. Thomas, or even St. Mary.
Yes.
It's just the west isn't the problem.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I see here, if Katabi says, no, missed that one. Janoy says, electrical wires are banging or kissing together at Orange Bay, Hanover. And Janoy is asking for some help in relation to that one, JPS.
Aston Wickham says, heavy rainfall and breeze in Wattown, St. Anne. She says her JPS is up and her Starlink internet is strong. Hey, the Starlink people, them show off bad, because when everybody else's internet is, going in and out.
Wobbly.
Yeah, man, the people them say the Starlink turn up strong like Karate Man. Yeah.
So a lot of people, they're without electricity. A lot of people without water. Some having internet connectivity issues, phone connectivity issues. But those are the things that come with adverse weather conditions. And like this one, we expect throughout the day, George, to get way more of these reports.
Yeah. And just to tell the listeners and the viewers, anybody you can think of, apart from those who appear at the press briefings, which it doesn't make sense we call them because they're going to hold court anyway, not too long from now. You said there's one at 9:30 this morning?
Right.
Good. The fact is that we've been trying. We've been on the phones. Our producer is out around the control room working like a Trojan, but we're just not getting calls to connect. So we're trying to call the mayors. They might pick up and say hello, then the call drop. You try to call them back, straight voicemail, or the number doesn't ring. Mm-hmm. So we are having a lot of challenges trying to make calls with the people. That's why the people we promised you that we would be seeking to get, we haven't quite closed the loop yet to get them to put them on because of those communication challenges. What we should do is take our final break and come back with more here. It's birthday time, Tana. We should do some birthdays because,
we should.
Yeah, we should.
News on the go. The latest stories from Jamaica and around the world are literally a finger tap away. Keep up to date with Teen Revolution 24 hours a day online via nationwideradiojm.com. Listen live, read the latest stories, hear every soundbite. Be a part of the vibrant online debate via Facebook and Twitter. Now you can get all your favorite premium nationwide content at your convenience. Visit the Android Play Store and download it for free today. nationwideradiojm.com. All day, every day. Team Revolution.
Do you have a consumer-related issue? Want to learn more about matters concerning you as a consumer? Well, keep it locked to Nationwide 90 FM for the Consumer Hour with me, Nora Gay Banton. Weekdays from 9 to 10 a.m. For all your consumer-centric matters, stay tuned to the Consumer Hour on Nationwide 90 FM, a revolution in media.
Every day with your whole heart desire. Lift the Maya, holy, 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 yeah. Holy Mount Zion, Bojo, let's sing.
All right, so just doing some birthdays before we go and acknowledging some people who've been listening to us. My friend Kim Starridge, who's up there in Smoky Vale, St. Andrew. Good morning to you. I hope that you and Miss Marcia stay safe. Right. So Kim Starridge up there in Smoky Vale. Morning to you. Simone Anderson, good morning to you as well. And yeah, birthday time. So run the music now, Tana.
Time for birthdays. That time of the morning when we tell some very special people happy birthday and happy anniversary. And happy birthday to a very special lady, Denise Walfall, celebrating her birthday today. Happy birthday to you, Denise, a VVIB. Very, very important birthday here from the three men in your life, George, Giorgio, and Zai. So happy birthday to you, Denise Walfall. Also in the YouTube chat, I do see some of our peeps celebrating their birthdays today.
Juliet Sanchez.
Ah, indeed. Juliet Sanchez, a VVVIB. Very, very, very important birthday here. Or YouTuber Juliet Sanchez. It's your birthday today. Happy birthday to you. Nationwide here, sending you much love on your birthday. On behalf of Sandra.
She don't want it from you, my love.
So Juliet, on behalf of Sandra, a happy birthday to you, lovely lady. Again, wishing for you a good one. Prue Gentle sending happy 70th birthday to husband Mark Gentles. Mark, it's your birthday today. Happy birthday to you. Coming from your lovely wife, Prue Gentles. Scrolling on down. Seeing any other birthdays?
I see one. Josiah James says, I want to wish my little nephew Ace, aka Chunky, happy birthday from Rima, Trenchtown. He turns 1 today. So Josiah James sending happy birthday greetings to his little nephew, 1-year-old today, Ace, aka Chunky from Trenchtown. Happy birthday to you, Chunky. You're an ace. And your Uncle Josiah says happy birthday to you as you turn 1.
Rich Lawrence sending happy birthday to Orlando Yo-Yo Walters from STGC, Old Boys Family. So happy birthday to Yo-Yo, Orlando Walters from Rich Lawrence and the STCG Old Boys Family. Wishing for you a good one.
Annetta Malcolm says happy birthday to my friend Cherry from Middle Street Exchange, that's in St. Anne. So Cherry, Middle Street Exchange in St. Anne, your friend Annetta Malcolm is sending happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday going out to Gay Morgan of Wheels and Wheels Auto Group. Gay Morgan, happy birthday to you over there at Wheels and Wheels Auto Group. Wishing for you a good one as well.
Robert Luar says, good morning, TT and George. Happy birthday to Natalie from Garden Meadow, Spanish Town in St. Catherine. So Natalie from Garden Meadow, Spanish Town, St. Catherine. Your friend Robert Luar says, happy birthday to you.
Did you see this one? Teresa Wint. Happy birthday to you, Teresa Wint. From Mom and Dad, they're saying to you they love you so much, so happy birthday.
Love Jamrock Love says happy birthday to Pinky. As simple as that. Everybody in Jamaica have a friend named Pinky. Every single one of we. Yeah? So Love Jamrock Love says happy birthday to Pinky.
Big up yourself,
Big up
Pinky. On your birthday. And belated birthday greetings to Errol Valentine from your niece Patricia and your other family members. Belated happy birthday, Errol, from your fam bam. Hope you had a good one.
Political Wife Style says please send birthday greetings to my aunt Christine up there in East Rural St. Andrew. She has been up in prayer with her other church members at Gordontown SDA from 4 a.m. Pray on, Auntie Christine. Happy birthday to you, East Rural St. Andrew. And good morning to you and your friends from the Gordontown Seventh-day Adventist Church.
There's one Stacy Crawford sending happy birthday to Chester Crawford from wife Stacy and your daughter Monique. They're saying to you, Chester, that they love you so much. Happy birthday.
Richard Ramos says happy birthday to Aikina. So Aikina, Richie Ramos sending happy birthday greetings to you on this day.
And KLJCDFBZ, okay, what kind of name this YouTuber? But to you, you're sending happy birthday to your best friend Lorraine. Lorraine, you know yourself and your bestie. Happy birthday to you. Hope you have a good one.
Yeah. All right. Damien, have you give me a piece of the next Alphaville for Miss Wallfather now? Come the man. Ciao.
Let's dance in style, let's dance for a while. Heaven can wait, we're only watching the skies. Hoping for the best, but expecting the worst. Are you gonna drop the bomb or not? Let us die young or let us live forever. We don't have the power, but we never say never. Sitting in a sandpit, life is a short trip. The music's for the sad man. Can you imagine when this race is won? Turn our golden faces into the sun. Praising our leaders, we're getting in tune. The music's played by the madman. Forever young, I want to be forever young. Do you really want to live forever? Forever, forever, forever young. I want to be forever young. Do you really want to live forever? Forever young.
Tune youth. Tune.
As we wrap some final birthdays here, Nathan Gabriel sending happy birthday to Trevor Barnaby. From Nathan, enjoy the day despite the gloomy weather. So happy birthday to you, Trevor. And happy birthday to Natasha, Katie, and Latoya Ellis over there in Western Kingston. All the best to you and your family, my friend. So happy birthday to you, Natasha, from Gatti MC here in the chat. And Latoya Burton sending happy birthday to Ace, a.k.a. Chucky from Rima.
Yeah, man, I did that one.
Oh, you did this one. And I'm seeing a final one here. Where did it go? It's a special birthday. And here it is. Happy birthday greetings going out to Siobhan Walker. Siobhan Walker, it's your birthday. Happy birthday to you, Chev. Coming from your lovely wife, Deborah, your sisters, your brother, your parents. They're saying to you, we love you very much and thank God for another year with him. So happy birthday.
Nubian says belated wishes to Richard George Beckford from his family. So Richard George Beckford, birthday recently. Nubian is sending birthday greetings to you. Blessed Marcia Favor says, I don't like how my George looked homeless this morning. But Marcia.
Isn't that lovely bomber jacket? What are you saying, Marcia?
Hey, man, I tell you. Anyway, Annie Smith, you make me get in trouble with this thing about version, you know, because Kimon friend nearly killed me. Say Rod Stewart's version of Forever Young, and our friend said, George, it's not a version, it's a two different song.
Yeah,
They have the same name, a two different song, and she's very right. Alright? But you say you prefer Rod Stewart's Forever Young, but I love the two of them equally now. Two big tune, Annie.
Yeah.
Alright? Anyway.
So if it's your birthday today, happy birthday. If you're celebrating your anniversary, happy anniversary to you as well.
The last one, Nadine Campbell. Happy birthday to Patricia in Mobay. Have a good day from your sister. Yeah, Patricia in Mobay, who down on camera in the heart of the city. Happy birthday to you still, Patricia, because Nadine Campbell, your sister, says it. All right.
They will beat you.
Juliet have twin brother? Juliet says happy birthday to my twin brother. We never know you have twin brother, Juliet. Oh, where I say? Big up you, Mr. Anna Sanchez in name. What do I know?
Happy birthday to you,
Happy birthday to your twin brother. We're going to leave it.
Thank you so much for tuning in to Nationwide this morning. Thanks so much To our technical operator this morning, Damon Cunningham, our super producer, Michelle McCrae Smith, and our super editor in the newsroom, Kimone Thompson. Up next, the Consumer Hour with Norgay Banton at 10, Cliff Hughes Online. Stay tuned throughout the day. Of course, we'll be tracking Hurricane Melissa and bring you that coverage. I'm Tana.
And I'm George.
Good morning.
You've just heard Nationwide this morning on Nationwide 90 FM.
Fearless and fair, Nationwide 90 FM.